going then.
Song.
No,
Oh my
no,
gosh,
no.
this is like when
I'm
like the
hyped
actors
about-
aren't ready.
I'm hype about orange top gang.
What?
That's
Oh,
come
yeah.
on.
It's actually
Sarah-
yellow,
okay,
but it
hold on.
looks orange in the light.
Hold on. Let me go find an orange shirt.
This is not orange. This is red. It's a Sixers shirt.
Sean's lying to you all.
This is very yellow, but it's the light. Now Matt's getting an orange shirt.
But you know what? What the hell, brother? We have orange tops.
Orange day.
Right.
The only earthquake that the world feels today is the orange tsunami that is impacting
So true.
our Twitch stream right
So
now.
I can only applaud this.
I just-
We didn't get to
Right.
experience any earthquake fun, fortunately.
Tragic. So
I
tragic.
missed out.
Yeah, you could just breathlessly post about it anyway, though. That's what a lot of like New York assholes are doing right now.
Yeah.
True,
All right,
true.
you ready, Jenna?
Yeah,
Hit the
kick
start
that
button?
music off again. We're already streaming. We're already live. Gotta turn it up a little bit for myself, actually, before we... There we go. Alright. Last we saw our heroes of Hyrule. They had completed the North Lomai Labyrinth in the frigid Tabantha tundra, but not all were able to pass the test to enter its center chamber. A construct known as Godan, the Great Arbiter, forced each of our heroes to make a choice between a loved one and technology, but only Natara and Lorhannen were successful. Without Akila's Sheikah expertise, the two struggled inside the center chamber to decipher what was useful, but found some complex schematics in a chest, as well as warning fibers and a diamond. Meanwhile, LG had followed them inside and with a boost up found themselves in a sea of Sheikah fire within the forge that lit the room. Eventually, Lorhannen reached inside to pull the little guardian out and recognized that LG was not as little and also less white in coloration. They all exited the chamber and reunited with their friends. As Lydian entertained the construct with rats, Akila anxiously awaited the news from within. She was able to recognize a symbol on the schematic, signifying this was only the second in a series of more than one. I need to turn this down. I turned it up way too high. Alright. As the days continued to move along, 11th Hour had to prioritize their tasks. They paid the Akala Ancient Tech Lab a visit and manufactured ancient weapons, shields, and ammunitions using Cherry, Director Robbie's ancient oven. Better equipped than before, our heroes took off for the desert, initially targeting the South Lomai Labyrinth, but eventually reckoned the instant payoff wasn't worth the time commitment. They instead turned their attention to the desert sands below, searching for Isha, the new champion of the Great Fairy Terra. With a perceptive scry from Lydian, he and the resident desert natives were able to pinpoint the jeweler's approximate location as somewhere near the northern cliffs. In the interest of time, they used the Sheikah Slate to teleport outside of Gerudo Town, but took extra precautions to avoid detection from the Guardians, as to avoid conflict where they are no longer welcome. Eventually, 11th Hour did find Isha riding atop the elephant creature Lydian had observed in his scries. Akila created an image of a white flag as they approached, giving Inari a chance to talk to her ex-friend, but the two could not come to an agreement as Isha refused to see things Inari's way, blinded by her feelings of betrayal. Natara noticed that the ground was trembling slightly, signifying Moldugas, and our heroes braced for battle. It was apparent from the start that Isha wasn't much of a threat by how our heroes swiftly dealt with the Moldugas and Hafaka, her elephant steed. As Isha tried her best to target Lorhannen, it was too late. She was overcome by the attacks dealt by the people she once trusted and called friends. And that is where we find our heroes now, 11th Hour. You stand here in the late morning desert sun, the environment hot and dry around you, one Molduga dead, one Molduga fled, and one Molduga entirely erased from existence by Natara's ancient arrow. The elephant is gone, and Isha lies crumpled in the sandy dirt, unconscious. What would you like to do now?
So we're taking all of the magic items, right?
Well, first off, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic ritually on her.
True. Good point.
She lights up when you cast Detect Magic. Is there... Oh, I guess you said ritually?
Yes, so
Is
it's
there
10 minutes.
anything
So
anybody would like to do in the meantime while Aquila prepares this spell?
Um, I mean, would Anari kind of looking through Isha's belongings for not for magic items, but for like other things she might have on her interfere with that, or? But I mean, Anari's kind of just looking for sentimental items.
No, this would be.
I would not touch anything.
Okay.
All of us, with the exception of Lydian, have been touched by a great fairy. I would not touch
Alright.
anything.
Lame. Oh, fine. I'll just sit here. Wait.
Anybody doing anything?
I would like to keep watch because we are, in the desert, on the northern part of the desert.
Mm-hmm.
A scary area.
There might be either monsters or, Yiga traveling these parts.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a blanket perception check for the time, like basically the duration of while you guys are in this area. And because it's a region you are quite familiar with, not being far from the entrance to the Yiga clan hideout, go ahead and make that with advantage, please. Oh, I guess also you have a spyglass, so it would be advantage anyway, but still.
Nice.
That is a 20.
Okay, excellent. Lorhan will be keeping watch for the time that you guys are here with that 20 perception. I would say that you don't notice anything out of the ordinary right now, other than that the Molduga that fled is not anywhere near you guys right now. There's no movement that you can feel or detect in the sand. Is anybody else doing anything?
I guess what's Isha doing while we're going through her stuff?
She is unconscious.
Oh,
Is she stable or is she dying?
I guess probably not you, but somebody else can give me a medicine check to tell. In the moments that
I can
she's
do
like
that.
freshly down.
Like,
that's a dirty 20.
Nice.
damn.
She is stable.
Cool.
Are we just gonna do we want to wait until she comes to and talk to her, or do we want to just, shove her off somewhere else?
I think it wouldn't hurt to talk to her. Even if we can't turn her to our side, we can at least prove that we are not who she thinks we are by demonstrating that we're not here to kill her and just sending her on her way.
We did knock her out in the dark. Knock her out cold.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we're going to be demonstrating that.
Lydian, on a dirty 20 medicine, you know that naturally she'll probably come to in approximately 2 hours. Otherwise, magical healing will bring her back up as well.
So do we just how far is it to the hideout right now, in terms of hours?
Are you asking Lorhanan, or are you trying to infer from the Yiga?
Just trying to infer from where we are on the map versus where I know the hideout to be.
Let me put you guys on. Wow, Lydian's map has shifted
And you can
greatly.
give a range as well if I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
obviously where the doors are or anything.
Given where you guys are, just about. Definitely a couple hours. Definitely a good couple hours to get there still. I don't think it's necessarily a full day away, but a close to a full day of travel away at this point.
Okay.
So, I think during this time, I guess we said that, during our travel by the fires, we probably would have started talking about the Yiga clan. But I think that I am definitely seeing Lydian pull out his map. I would probably start talking to Lydian about there's the front way in, or there's this back way we could go.
The car is also there in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Nari, we're all crowded around this map. Like,
Would you say that would Lydian make the map, or would Lorhanan make the map and hand it over to Lydian?
Like the Yiga, like sketch the Yiga clan map.
Yeah, from what you know about the Yiga clan, yeah.
I think I would do it because Lorhanan,
From memory.
much
Yeah.
as he loves Lydian, would not like try to describe to him like how it goes. But I just know how it is, like.
Yeah. So, I think given that we probably, I think we can afford to. Akila had the idea before of thinking of what we cook and just kind of thinking of preparations. But it sounds like we just hunker down right where we are, wait till Isha comes to, talk with her, deal with her, and then go on from there. Like it doesn't. I feel like we're in a good position right now physically, where we don't need to like be on the move all the time.
I would say our only crunch is the timing of our long rest versus the timing of when we want to arrive at the base, because our long rest will only be allowed to take it in the middle of the night and get up at sunrise. It'll be tough for us to have long rested and do a night raid on the base. We will have to wait until the night of the last day if we want to do that.
Yeah.
So do we want to do that?
I think it can't hurt. Like, again, we just have to be smart about it.
I think it. Yeah, I mean, I would rather go during the morning than I would push until the very last day and have that be a potential issue.
If we're going to go in the morning, that means we have to use the front door then, right? Because that's less guarded during the day.
There's probably, well, I would say it's like equally guarded during the day and night, but like there will be people in like the proving grounds and the training facility that are by the back entrance.
Right. It'll be not as easily reinforced.
Well, I mean, if we do, so it's day 5 right now. If we, I guess, camp out here for like a full day, and just kind of
it's day 5 now. Oh, never mind. The crunch doesn't apply then. Then yeah, we'll be fine.
Oh,
Pretty sure it's midday, day 6.
I've been keeping track. I thought it was day 5.
I think it's still day 5 because you guys teleported to get here.
Okay.
Then
we're fine. Never mind. We can still do the back.
But we're doing the back at night. Okay, so we're just gonna basically camp out here a whole day, right?
Well, I mean, we could start making progress through the mountains. We have to get to the highlands.
Yeah, let's
do
do that.
We have to find it still.
Yeah.
Okay, so Inari, are you okay with carrying Isha? I know that.
Well, do we want to? If we don't even want to deal with her, then we should just let me identify the objects. We'll steal them off her, throw them in our bag, and dump her back at Gerudo Town through the teleporter. Like, why bother then if we're just gonna carry her around?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I feel like we're not going to be able to.
I feel like I don't.
We're not going to talk to her?
Well,
I mean,
did we? Okay, dump is a little bit of a hard word, but like,
I mean, that's what we're doing, right?
I mean, yes, but like, are we gonna wait until she's conscious first and then talk to her and then get her?
Okay. If you want to talk, then yeah, I think we should just wait here then.
I would
Until-
talk to her.
heal her if we want to talk to her now.
Like, listen, I know she has at least 2 magic items on her. She has the headband that she cast a gem spell at us, and she has her cool Mace of the Universe.
Well, then let's remove all that stuff and then heal her with like a healing word or something, and we'll talk to her then.
Well, what I'm saying is that's going to take at least a half hour for me to cast Detect Magic, and then at least identify those 2 items, because it's 3 ritual spells, so that's a half hour. So do you guys just want to take a short rest while you're here, so you guys can heal up and I can cast spells?
Sure.
It's not touch.
So,
Yeah.
for Keela, Detect Magic, when it finally renders, she is absolutely lit up. As you said, there is
Ooh,
a
boy.
circlet around her head. It is expertly crafted, intricate detail, and it has, looking at it, absolutely magical, has 2 diamonds remaining in the setting, and ooh, what is that spell? School, right? Because you learned School of Magic as well.
Yes.
Glows kind of reddish in color around the diamonds, with evocation being
Yeah,
School
that's
of Magic.
yeah,
Makes sense.
very. Yeah.
Additionally, there, next to her is a flail, um, with 3 heads coming off of it, spiked with gems. Um, Not necessarily specific School of Magic. I guess it would kind of be a little bit reddish, not necessarily from a spell, but just from the nature of the
Sure.
damage. Um, there's also gauntlets that are around her wrists, also glow magical. There's also 3 rings on 3 of her fingers that also glow magical. There's also a necklace around her neck that also glows as magical. Is that everything? That. I'm pretty sure that's all of the magical things on her.
So hold on.
Holy
That's of the flail,
Yes.
the headpiece,
The
3
circlet,
rings, 3
3
necklaces,
rings, 1 necklace, and 2
1
gauntlets.
necklace, and 2. Okay, great.
Wow. Absolutely to the nines.
She is stacked.
All right. So I can identify 5 out of these while you guys are resting. Any preferences?
I think that the top tiara that casts the high level spell against us is probably my preference.
I'll
Yeah,
probably
I'm
just
intrigued.
do all the items and then 1 of the rings.
Yeah, I was about to say because I'm intrigued by the gauntlet.
All right, let's go through them then.
Do we have to do the infusion stuff? We'll do that later. Never mind.
The infusions happen on long rests, so.
Yeah, that's later.
So yeah, I will ritually identify the 4 non-ring items and a random ring.
So, starting with the circlet atop her head, it is a diamond circlet. It is a magic item, seeming of her own creation. It's a dazzling circlet that has settings for 3 diamonds. I guess so. Do I just tell you the whole? I'll tell you the whole thing, pretty much, right? Basically,
Actually,
um, if a gem is removed, it crumbles to dust. When all the gems are removed or destroyed, the circlet loses its magic. While wearing it, you can use your action to cast the Prismatic Spray spell with a save DC of 18 using one of the the circlet's gems. The gem is destroyed when the spell is cast and disappears from the circlet. And as long as the circlet has at least 1 diamond, it emits dim light in a 30-foot radius when at least 1 undead is within that area. And any undead that starts its turn in that area takes 1d6 radiant damage. So basically a modified Helm of Brilliance that she created. The flail is an elemental flail, also of her creation. It is a melee weapon that deals additional elemental damage on a roll, determining which type of damage, and then forces on a hit a Constitution saving throw on the target to deal additional random damage of either the cold, fire, or lightning variety. The necklace, I don't know how to say this word, but it is a Peract?
Hey!
Periapt.
Oh,
Is it
Periapt?
periapt
Ignore
or
me.
wound closure?
Of wound closure, yes. So
It is.
she would have been stabilized regardless of the damage dealt to her.
Oh, okay.
It's a pendant that causes you to stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn, and also whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, the number is doubled of what it restores. The gauntlets of fairy power that increase her strength score to 19 while she's wearing them. They no effect. Basically, gauntlets of ogre power but fairy. And then, interestingly enough, Aquila, you would notice that all of these require attunement.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm immediately jealous because she has more attunement slots than me.
Does the periaptive wound closure, like, that's healing magic, is it not? You know, wouldn't that be another Great Fairy's domain?
It's not necessarily. I guess, yeah, it could be perceived as that, but she has this regardless.
Okay. With identifying this, can I make any sort of guess as to whether we would be cursed if we stole this off her by Terra?
Make for me a religion check, please.
Sure. Do I want to use my only flash of genius when I have a very critical save to make later?
I'll give you a bardic inspiration if you want.
Can you do
Since we're
that
out of
right now?
combat. Well, I mean, we're out of combat. Jenna, would you allow that or no?
Yeah, I haven't said anything about the roll
Alright,
yet.
I will use the bardic inspiration then. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool. So that it's a 19.
19. Aquila, I'd say that being aware that all of these items require attunement, there's definitely some kind of Great Fairy influence, like Great Fairy magic influence on these items that allows her to be attuned to them all at the same time, and that there is a higher risk of you guys attuning to these items, especially because they require attunement. Though what specifically the outcome would be, you're not quite sure just yet.
Am I able to kind of infer that Lorhannen will eventually get multiple attunement slots from Kotera in the same sort of way, or no?
You can make me a religion check as well.
That's a 24.
On a 24, nothing that Kotera has said or done kind of alludes to that. I'd say on a 24 religion, you're aware that Terra has domain over the elements and infuses her magic into gem-based items of the same kind of sentiment. Like the rubies are fire, the topazes are lightning, the sapphires are cold. Um, Perhaps it's to do with that, and Isha being somebody that crafts these items herself.
Got it.
By the way, what was the one random ring I got as well?
Um, Roll 1d3 for me, just for whichever one it is.
2.
It is a ring of fire resistance. It is embedded with a
I
ruby.
think it's those 3 resistances.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the other 2 could be.
Also, interestingly enough, requires
These are all
attunement.
really good. These are all really good, and we can't touch them. Ugh.
You can.
I wonder, is there any way to like it's not like remove curse because it's more of a social thing of
We'll
like,
just
oh
have
my
to
god,
go to
you're wearing a
Tara.
fur outfit. Oh my god.
We'll have to go to Terra at some point and just make peace with her, and either return them and to like sort of call off the war, or make peace and keep them, and then we can use them.
How the hell do we call off a war?
Show up and be like, "We beat your stupid champion. Don't fuck with us again."
I don't think mortals are really gonna have a big stake against Terra, but
Okay, all right, we'll just walk away from the flower. What are you gonna do?
I
Send
think
more Moldugas at us?
I think we make ourselves as small as possible. I think we try to evade detection from these fairies and just kind of lie low until Ganon's over with.
Either way, we cannot equip any of this stuff. We can
Yeah.
definitely take it off Isha so that she can't use it against us.
Agreed.
I will attempt to remove the ring of fire resistance from Isha.
You pull it off, and where it is removed, you see that on this like middle finger, because she wore them all three in a row, cold, fire, lightning. Um, a welt begins to form as if she was just burned in that spot.
Uh-oh. Consequences of her actions. Oh no. Don't worry, she'll stabilize from it. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the rest of it off, except for that periapt.
Inari's going to stare daggers at you the entire time.
What do you want? You want to give her the weapons that she used against us still?
I mean,
Is the burn spreading?
The burn does not spread. It seems to sit in the spot that the ring sat. When you remove the ring of cold resistance, it seems to kind of turn blue and get really hard, dried, cold. And where you remove the one with the topaz, the ring of lightning resistance, it kind of blackens, like it was just electrocuted.
Throw them in our pouch.
doesn't make it any better. So at least in Inari's mind. So
I mean, do you want to take the? I mean, we have to take the tiara off.
I want to take it all off, but you can stop me if you want to, Inari.
Lydian will
What
take
does
off
that
the
mean?
tiara.
oh my god!
I was just saying, like, if you tell me to stop, I will stop.
We're both arguing.
Yeah, Lydian sees them fighting and actually takes off the tiara.
You take off the tiara, and where the setting of the center gem and the left gem were on her forehead, these sort of welts form, somewhat similar to the fire ring damage, but it like is almost like instant scar tissue.
I think we're done with removing things from her. If
We're going to
none of
leave
this
her
is
with
going
her
to be helpful
weapon
to her,
and
what is she going to do? Come after us again? We'll just do the exact same thing we just did.
I'm
we were
very
going to-
hurt
if-
right now, by the way. I'm at 27 HP.
As we've always been.
I have the highest AC in this group, and those Moldugas were treating me like I was breakfast.
That's a skill issue. I don't know. Just be better.
I end haste on Inari.
no, I'm just getting Inari.
Oh yeah, Inari. Inari does
Oh,
not have
just
an
me.
accent anymore.
I mean, what? We were going to have a conversation with her, right?
I think that's the idea, right?
Yeah.
She
like-
was going to kill us, and you're against leaving little welt marks on her skin.
I thought these are like permanent, like scars, though.
She can go back to Terra and get them healed.
This feels like I mean, Inari's not gonna. She's not gonna say anything. She's just going to side eye her.
I mean, if you're gonna insist, I will not do it. But I think it's
Yeah.
dumb to leave her with all this powerful magic items when she could just make them again and come attack us.
I mean,
I will say,
we take them away. She could just make more hypothetically anyway.
At least
I
with
will-
this, we can break them down into the gem sets and sell them again.
Mom and Dad, stop
I
fighting.
thought if we remove the diamonds, they crumble. Like we can't
If you cast the
actually
spell.
remove the
If you cast the
diamonds.
spell. Can
I thought
No,
no.
she heard me right. If you
Yeah.
when any gem pried from the circlet crumbles to dust, was part
Okay.
of the
Yeah.
There is a gem-encrusted flail right there. She has a sequin bedazzled flail that is probably worth like $4 billion.
I don't think
Fine.
you should sell it.
But we have to disarm her at least. We're gonna wake her up and she's gonna have the weapon in her hand.
I think it's
Oh.
guys, you guys are both making great points. I think that it's worthwhile to disarm her, but also change her fundamentally when she wakes up and like, have a conversation with her so that she doesn't go and make more. It's not just going to be like, people aren't stagnant. They're not just going to keep doing the same things. Like if we actually get to talk to her and get to know like why she was working with Terra and like say like, hey, we are working towards the same cause, then she won't be doing this stuff to, I mean, she knew that she was going to get in trouble with coming to us in the first place. I mean, like a few scars here and there suck, but it's not going to be the end of the world.
I put the ring of fire resistance back on her finger on the welt. Does it go away?
you push it,
Okay,
you
well,
force it over
the
the welts that you've created by removing the ring.
I'm happy to have a conversation with her, but we all know that she's extremely bitter. I don't know how productive it will be. We can try. I would love for her to realize that she's been foolish and sees the error of her ways and leaves. I mean, maybe she's been taken advantage of by Tara. But
If you think that she's
prepared.
if you think that she's too stubborn to be changed, I mean, why do you even
We
still?
can just send her back then with the items then if you think she's not going
I
to change
mean,
her mind.
she can change her mind, but like, she still has very strong negative feelings toward me, and that's probably going to impact a lot of her response to us.
Alright, well, I'm taking that Ring of Fire Resistance still, because if the damage is done, I'm keeping that.
You remove it from her finger again.
Does it get worse?
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Okay.
just double checking.
Damn.
I mean, this I'd say like if you look closely, the skin looks a little irritated from where you forced the ring
Yeah,
over the
because I
welt.
shoved a ring onto it.
Similar to like if you put a piece of metal over a burn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Imagine
so are we just waiting for her to come to at this point?
Are we disarming her before you talk to her?
Sure, fine.
Okay, you do it then. I don't want to be blamed for this later.
We won't.
Okay, then you stand next to her while you talk to her. You take the Divine
Yeah.
Smite to the forehead when she wakes up.
I will.
Do you want me to heal
What
her?
are they doing?
I'm backing away.
An Ario healer.
Okay, Inari will heal her.
Yeah, just so you don't have to worry about getting smacked in the face.
Well, I can cast Healing Word from like
Oh,
60 feet
true.
away.
Yeah, I
So
forgot you're like a bard, bro.
I think I'll keep my distance with Aquila, and I'll cast Healing Word just at first level to give her some hit points.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll that healing.
Hello. 7.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
She is in this like sort of crumpled position where she hasn't really moved from very much. Her arms have been kind of like moved to the side as Aquila pried the rings off, and her head kind of like unsettled from its position from where the diamond circlet was removed. And she kind of just like sits up immediately, like as if being woken up. And she goes, "Ah!" Looking down at her hand, and her other hand goes and touches her forehead. Um, she just kind of looks up at all of you, wide-eyed with fear.
We're not going to do anything to you.
If
You're
you're
okay.
going to kill me, just kill me. I don't want to see it when you take down Gerudo Town.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start casting Teleport Circle.
No,
Stop it!
Aquila, calm
No,
yourself.
No,
not,
it's
not,
like
not
a
under
whole-
her, just like to get it started. It takes a minute to cast.
No, but
We were
we
never-
might need more than a minute. We don't know what this conversation is
I
Yeah,
going
but
to
we're at least
I think-
demonstrating we're opening the portal.
We were never going to kill you. There's a whole great fairy war that is a lot. I don't know how much Tara shared with you, but I think perhaps she implanted some ideas about what our group is supposed to be doing into your head that differ from our actual goals. We went to Gerudo Town to save it. We saved it. We left. We've saved the Gorons in Goron City. She has to make that distinction because we didn't save Goron City necessarily. We've kept Sora's domain from being flooded. We have no ill intentions for Gerudo Town, and in fact, we have plans on. Do we share that? I mean, Inari wouldn't know.
No,
It doesn't really matter. Like,
less is more right now.
yeah, probably won't say anything about that then. And look, I know I was foolish, and perhaps I should have said more, though I don't know how much that would have changed things. But you have to trust me here. We are not in danger. We are not in danger to Gerudo Town. And I don't even know if I have any interest in ever going back. let alone laying siege to it.
She kind of looks down at her hand and like winces again, and you seem genuine. I don't understand, but I believe that you are telling the truth. And I want to understand. I do. It doesn't make sense to me what happened. I wish from when we met up, from when you first returned, that you would have been more forthcoming.
Yeah, look, I'm not perfect, and I'll admit that I've made many mistakes, but this group I'm with right now is not one of them, and I trust them all with my life, and I know they would not do anything to hurt the people that I've cared for. I'm looking at Zone of Truth right now, and I'm like not actually gonna cast it. I don't think you can cast it. I mean, it's arranged. Like you could cast it on yourself hypothetically, because you could be in it, right?
Yeah, it's a area, so yeah.
Yeah. Like, if I need to prove a truth to you in some way, or if you want answers to things that you feel I haven't given to you, I have ways of proving that I'm being truthful. Look, it didn't end well. I just want you to be safe.
I do believe you. I just can't make sense of it. I mean, you were a guard, and you were sneaking Vo into the city, and I knew this from when we were outside the city. I knew Auntie Laura was Lorhannon underneath, but then I saw that under Lorhannon was a Yiga, and I didn't understand why you would be lying to me also. Like, I thought
Yeah.
you were unknowingly harboring an enemy within the city walls, and I had no choice but to get help before the Yiga could act and hurt you or any of your friends, and then you chased me down and revealed that you knew he was a Yiga the whole time. And, you know, there's a deep distrust of our sworn enemy, and I couldn't believe that a guard would put the town in danger, and I just feared you were being corrupted by this Yiga. They are masters of manipulation. And I'm sorry, I sought help from my friend Tara.
It's just the way I actually feel really bad. Like, seeing it from that perspective, I'm like, oh shit.
You feel bad. I cannot. I am. Once again,
Oh, come
Achilles.
on, Aquila.
Achilles, we're getting lectured about manipulation from this woman. I
No,
cannot
just-
believe it.
She's coming from a heartfelt place.
Yeah, okay.
There was this
I-
woman when I arrived at Tara's grotto with pink hair, and when I got there, she winked at me and disappeared, and Tara said it was just a friend of one of her sisters, and then she offered me strength on par with yours so that I could save you, at least from the Yiga.
Who's the woman with pink hair?
Yeah, wait, and Ari's gonna look
Do we
over at
know?
and Ari's gonna look over at Natara. Just, I think I know who this is.
I mean, I don't know that we necessarily have any way of like proving it, but like it's probably Ozzy.
this bitch is everywhere. Oh my god.
We're on the scry list, boys.
Scryless.
Yeah.
Look, it's admirable. I appreciate that in some small way. This is you showing that you cared. Look, I'm not perfect. I didn't exactly grow up with great representation of moral authenticity. But I trust everyone in this group with my life and with yours, or else we wouldn't be here. And I would never let a Yiga get the drop on me, like, ever. You know that.
I suppose. Though,
I think. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say that now that I've failed, Terra, I don't know what is to happen to me. I'm not a warrior like you all are. I'm just a woman who makes jewelry.
And you're a persistent and smart and courageous woman who makes jewelry, or by who makes jewelry. And I'm not sure what the Great Fairy War looks like right now. I don't know if maybe it's a good idea to go back to her quite yet. We still don't really know the extent to what is going on. But maybe your best bet is to go home and recuperate and hide out for now. If you need the gems for work, like, you can, well, I don't know. Dang. What items did we
Ask her to
take?
come with us.
I mean, are we telling her about what's about to happen, or?
I think, I mean, Lydian might pipe up and
Lydian
say
is.
that, I know it's not my place to entirely speak, seeing that I'm a Vo and could potentially be a defector in your eyes, but I hope you take me at my word when I say that our ultimate goal is to stop the Yiga clan going forward, and we have or we're going to be formulating a plan in the next couple days to do so. I don't know what your role would be in that. You said yourself you're not a warrior, but just let you know from our eyes, you are an ally going forward. We do want you alive and want you on our side. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever allyship looks like for you, we would appreciate that.
If Inari has her total faith in you, then I do believe what you are saying. I don't know if I can act on something like that. It seems I'm already mixed up in something way bigger than me, and more than anything, I don't understand how. Why? What's going on? You know?
Well, maybe if we find out more, I can send a letter. I don't really know if we have a better way of communicating, but I can give you more information when we find this all out eventually. We're all sort of touched by great fairies in some way, so certainly get more info eventually.
Right. Letters.
But Lydian has a point. As chaotic as the last day has been, you're always going to be an ally to us if you're willing to be one.
I would like that. I do want to ask, though. Did you ever receive my letter? Because
lie.
You never mentioned it when we saw each other again, and I just figured that was kind of your response, but I should be more upfront and ask.
And Ari's beet red. Somehow she has such dark skin, but it's somehow it is like a visible like bright blush. And she is gonna dig through her pocket and pull out the letter. And it's like really crinkled because she did crinkle it up when she got it because it was a very big emo hours. And she's just gonna look at Isha. I think there was an issue with the postal service, and I didn't get this until after we were banished from Karuto Town. So, that's why I.
You must not have gotten your text, haha.
She's just gonna look at her.
Sorry, I fell asleep.
Can you give me a persuasion check, please, Inari?
Oh god. She fails.
I'm not helping you on this.
If you
And
fail,
Mari
you're
has
gonna get
zero
you're gonna
runes.
get divine submit.
No man, Lydian's like, I read her diary. I know all about you.
I'm not helping shit. I know when to stay out of stuff. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
It's a 22 no matter what.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just assumed that you had received it, and your lack of response and acknowledgement was your response.
No, I just look. I'm not exactly the most. I'm not exactly the most like. I'm pretty straightforward. She's just. She just pauses and looks back at her friends and is just like, It was a lovely letter, and I felt the same for a very long time, and perhaps in the future, when this is all over and we have figured this all out, and the world isn't ending, as I like to believe it will not end, we could see where things go. But you have to understand, I don't know if now is, I think we should wait until everything has slowed down a little bit, just considering the fact that we hypothetically tried to almost kill each other like 24 hours ago.
Yes, I understand. Yes, it does always seem to be that timing is an issue. I completely understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's also dependent on, no longer being banished from Gerudo Town, which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon, so, but I felt the same, so. Gosh damn. This is painful to watch for everyone else.
I'm curious if we should also and I wouldn't, I guess, say this to anybody because I couldn't whisper to anybody or anything, but if we should send her back to Gerudo Town with the intention of if anybody asks, can you please tell them the truth, or spread what we told you, and hopefully spread the actual truth of why we're doing what we're doing, and maybe that'll get us unbanned slowly but surely. But I don't know if that's too risky or not, or if that'll just some people won't believe her, or something like that.
I mean, if she already knows, right, going to try to go kill the ego. So as long as it's okay for her and Nari to discuss that,
yeah, I think she should lie low herself.
Yeah, so we have a pretty big plan we're hoping to enact. Hypothetically, there might be no current Yiga by the end of it. It might be safer for you to go home, to stay in Gerudo Town, but if you could maybe at least let everyone know what's going on, just in case things don't go well for us. That way, everyone is alerted as for possible, upset and uprise. That might be a good idea.
I think you should wait.
Wait to...
In case there
are undoubtedly eyes in Gerudo Town.
That's a good point. It's so great to have a former Yiga.
You cannot tell anyone that you saw us.
Yes, maybe wait 72 hours at most, because if we're not back in
Very
72
specific
hours,
amount.
that's really bad.
Are there even hours in this world?
Yeah, that's true. Nari's gonna look at Lord Hannon.
Three sunrises.
Yeah, Nari's gonna look at Lord Hannon and just be like, do you think Do you think 3 sunrises is a good metric?
Maybe 4, because we're about to approach another.
Oh, true. The 4 sunrises.
The
Four
instructions are becoming a little less clear to me.
I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
wait a week. Just wait a long time before you tell anybody that you saw us.
If we
That's it.
succeed, we're gonna go back to Gerudo Town, aren't we?
Right, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I would like us
Okay,
to
that was a
present.
definitive answer.
I'm so confused.
Well,
Am I
didn't.
Isha?
I didn't think we were gonna go back to Gerudo Town because I didn't think this meeting was going to go as well
Weren't
as
we
it did
going
with you.
to
But
show up at Gerudo Town with the heads of their sworn enemies?
but
I
then I,
don't think
thought
we
we would leave dramatically and not like
It's-
I felt kind of justed, and now I am
I don't
nervous.
think
And
I don't think we owe them anything to like go back there. We just prove ourselves by our actions, not just by like showing up and being like, "Hey, look, we killed these guys. Are you gonna let us back yet?" Like that seems very
see, but
over the top.
Nari's looking at Isha and then back at looking like, hey.
Yeah. None of us are ever going back to Gerudo Town. None of us have any yearning or any messages they want us pass to Gerudo Town.
And Nari's like, hey, like, yes, actions speak louder than words, but there's,
Don't say anything. Just don't say anything.
yeah, just,
Like that, I don't know why we're confusing the poor jeweler. Just don't say anything.
yeah, like maybe, okay, so like, what if we just took you back to Gerudo Town and you could just go home and recuperate and heal? And then eventually you will hear from me and there will be an update and hopefully it will be good news. I guess if you don't hear from me, something very terrible has happened, but we... What?
That's good. No, that's good. That's good. That's just wait for an update from Inari. If you hear something, that's good news. If you don't hear something, then bad news. That's it. Period. Got it, Isha?
Isha, like, from this conversation, she's kind of like, paid attention again, but like she spent most of the time looking down at her right hand that has the 3 rings of different kinds of scarring on
I'm not
her
giving it
3
back.
fingers, and she looks down at her hand that has blisters all over it from grasping a heated weapon in battle.
Yeah, you get that one for free as well.
Jenna, if I did lay on hands on her blisters and scars, would that do anything? I mean, it's like technically disease. I don't know if that would really fix the scarring, but like.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly go for it.
And Mari is gonna go hold Isha's hands, and like doing the whole 2 hands, and she is going to try to do lay on hands and see if it works at all.
Can you give me a medicine check? As you do this?
I might be borrowed acknowledging that. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, oh, it's okay. I already had proficiency in that. Never mind. Gosh, damn. You know what? We're gonna go on rest soon, so I'm gonna re-roll that, I think. Well, no, wait, because that's a saving throw and attack roll. What else do I have? Sorry, Kay. Okay. You know what? I think I have a... Where is it? Magical guidance. Okay, so I can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll a d20. I will re-roll that. Oh my gosh, I just closed. I am sorry, I just closed my entire... I'm using my Mac right now, so it's... I did not mean to make this the Inari Isha romance hour. I am so sorry.
It's not the romance. It's just important
I don't
conversation
know
with an
what
important
this
NPC.
is. I don't think it's romance. It's
No,
something
it
else.
is. No one could ethically define this as romance.
It shifted into
We could ethically.
Okay. Okay, it's a 9 again!
That's what you get.
it shifted into
God.
questionable romance.
I'm sorry, it's just like the spirit of Inari overtook me and I had to be my most awkward, weird self.
So with a 9, you take Isha's hands that are damaged and scarred from this battle and events that followed into yours and release the blue icy magic from yourself, and it washes over the scarring and everything. It doesn't totally get rid of it, but it certainly fades it, and you can see a sense of like relief come over her as it soothes the wounds she has sustained. Thank you.
There. Slightly better. That's nothing.
I appreciate that.
I look. Hasn't been an easy couple weeks, but I'll always care for you, so should get you home and get you safe.
You should just
Sound good?
solemnly nods. Aquila having already been preparing the teleportation from the
I've
sheep
been
estate.
casting it like five times in a row right now.
Yeah.
I've not...
Just waiting for the time that this whatever this is between the two Garuda women passes, so that Isha can leave.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. And Nori will give Isha a hug. And it's a very
she
tight one.
is
Where she says her.
tense at first, but then kind of releases a little bit and just hugs you tightly back for a moment before releasing, and then says goodbye and exits through the teleportation.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's fine. You romanced perfect, Inari.
No, it was not Nori. It was that was
To be
so
honest, though,
bad.
I was fine. I wasn't expecting that to go as well either, and I'm glad that she is, compliant with everything that even though we gave her some confusing and maybe mismanaged instructions, I think that she took them well.
I think I put them what confusing. I thought I did a pretty okay job. Did I do some?
Inari, and I put my hands up on her shoulders and I said, "You did great."
Thank you, Lydian. I appreciate it.
The more important question.
Yeah.
The more important question is, have we scryed and failed on the prophetess in the past 24 hours?
Let me
Think so.
consult the notes.
The Grand Archive.
See.
I think that was this morning, but double check that.
Because we usually scry as soon as we get up from a long rest.
Lydian
Yeah.
cried on Isha this morning.
I scryed once because I have one 5th level spell slot down.
Okay.
You scried on the prophetess at some point yesterday.
That's so
I just,
helpful.
I just love Ben consulting the annals every time we have a question. Like,
I
so
think,
good.
Jenna, is it okay if we do that right before we go to bed, then at
Yeah.
sunset, right?
I'd say that's
Okay.
fine, yeah.
All right, then we have some hours to kill. Do we collect any resources or just kind of go with downtime right now?
Maybe we can look around for some
Well, I think we
resources.
should get moving, right? We
That'd
should
be
try
on
and
the
get to the
True,
mountains.
yeah, good point.
Okay,
Gotta hike.
let's to the
We
highlands.
need to get out of the desert before our heat resistance runs out.
Natara, can you, as we get closer to the Highlands, can you aid in our traveling undetected?
Yes. Yes, I can.
We probably don't need it quite now while we're kind of in the middle of everything, but
You guys begin making your way to the ridge that separates the highlands from the wasteland. Moving at a pace where Natara is helpful to you. Nothing seems to bother you as long as you are in the desert and you reach the cliffside. And using the sword spells of spider climb and combined flying powers, you guys scale pretty easily and begin to make your way just generally upwards. And eventually, after a large chunk of flying, climbing, you come into view of another tower. Um, it is what is that? Just like what is that one called? The Highland Tower. Yeah.
Let's pop that sucker on there.
Yeah. Lydian flies
Sorry, I
up.
don't know. I
Do we want to do that?
Oh yeah.
It's
Why?
a
Because it would-
huge blue tower that will light
It's-
up.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we
Can we-
should.
We can do it when we come back. When we
Right.
swing around.
Jenna's
I-
smirking.
Where
Jenna is
that?
so mad. Jenna is so mad that we
You have
told
to get up
Isha-
pretty early to get past the smartest woman in Hyrule.
we told
I like to
Isha
imagine
shut up, and we're not
I
getting
start-
the tower.
I
Yeah.
start flying up, and Aquila grabs my talon and like yanks me back down. I'm like, oh no, that's a big
I
beacon.
don't think I,
Tells
I
everyone
don't
that
think
we're
I
here.
can. I'm not that strong.
You
I'll
guys.
tell Natara to do it. Be like, Natara, stop that bird.
Jenna, can I instead of getting the tower, just kind of map out the area around me on my map?
Yeah, I'd say you can at this point. It's getting to be a bit later in the afternoon, like mid-afternoon kind of time. You guys spend like an hour or two climbing, flying, combined, like, walking and everything. I will give you a chunk here. Let's go along this ridge here. Include that. I'd say Lorhannon can help you with the Yiga clan as well in this, and from your view, your vantage point, you can see much of the desert as well.
All right.
So you guys gain a sizable chunk. This map is not looking so empty anymore. This is great.
Yeah.
There's certainly a lot to be seen here.
Your cartography is also improving.
Thank you.
Aw.
I'm thinking about taking up artistry instead of poetry. I think it can be a lot less annoying to people.
You'd be a verifiable, well, I guess I can't say Renaissance man, because what the hell is that? But, you'd be good at a lot of art.
Gosh.
You guys, I'd say at the end of the day of travel, just reach the highest parts of the main level of the highlands, just the edge of it, and it's still kind of like a bit light out. Perhaps you push onward a little bit just to find a good place to camp out, because it is pretty flat up here. And yeah, eventually you come across, you're not super far into the highlands themselves yet, but you come across a place in this snowy tundra, sort of inverse wasteland of the desert below. Little alcove situated on very small ridges that are within this terrain.
Snow is good. The dome will blend in very easily.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. In that case, I assume we make a little fire around the cave, and we get scrying.
Not so
I
much a
will,
cave as a little alcove in a tiny ridge.
like a little overhang. Got it. All right. Here's
You
to
were
hoping.
scrying on the prophetess?
Yep. Did you get the
Alright.
-10?
Big roll.
Here's a -10, yeah.
Yep.
I know between her save bonus and your modifier thing what her plus minus is on the roll, so I'm good on her now. Lydian, you pick a spot on this ridge where there's some rocks that have totally frozen over, and you stare into the glimmering reflection, hoping to get a glimpse into what the prophetess is doing right now. And coming into view, you see the prophetess once again. This time, she is somewhat
Nice.
sedentary, as she appears to be in meditation in some kind of darker chamber. The majority of your scry is boring, as she simply sits in place in a prayer-like trance. However, The state is interrupted near the end of your scry as a foot soldier with a long black ponytail enters this chamber carrying a covered platter. Though they do not make a single sound, you can only see them visually. They exhibit their expert stealthing abilities, sneaking into this room. And as they go to raise the lid, preparing to set the dish on a nearby table, the prophetess, who your scry is focused on, furrows her brow and says, I swear to Ganon, if that is another mighty banana, I will kill you with it before you leave this room. The foot soldier completely freezes before disappearing in a plume of dust. She returns to her meditation with a deep breath. After observing her in this state for a long time, I'm going to ask you to make for me either a religion or an insight check. Whichever you choose will have a different thing you pick up.
Can I try to either religion or insight glean what the whole seventh night thing could mean? I think that's my main area of like what I'm trying to like. I don't know if one of those would be better than the other for this specific thing.
I'd say that what you're going for in that instance is insight, trying to see if what you've observed here gives you a clue into where she's at and like what that could mean for this mysterious seventh day that was mentioned in your last scry that you saw.
Okay. Insight. That's a 22.
Very good. She seems to be focusing herself to preserve strength for something that is to come. And the edge that she exhibited that she seems to like have in this is likely from a great pressure being imposed on her.
So she needs to store her energy until this seventh day, I think. That's what I'm
or she's
assuming.
just preparing for the events
Yeah.
of the 7th.
Okay. If that's it, then that's it.
That is it.
I have a 6th level spell slot, and then I'm saving one for the dome. Do we want to, shoot one off to Ozzy and see what she's doing now that I know that she exists?
That would be funny. Honestly.
We have a possession.
You have something first?
She wrote me a
Earrings,
letter.
right?
She wrote you a letter. She did.
She
Oh,
did.
the letter. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I mean, she might have some sort of magic, great fairy stuff.
Not sure. But
To...
time for another Jenna improv session.
I'm just trying to figure out what the modifier.
Yeah, time for the roll first. Then we decide if it's a.
So first hand is that I've met the target. Second hand is I've heard of the target, so she gets a +5 because I've just heard of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we have a possession of her, she only gets a +1 to her roll.
On top of her modifier and save.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's wisdom. Okay. I have to make something. I have to make a certain roll first. Okay.
She has to figure out if she's actually on this plane first.
Ooh.
Lydian, you now knowing the name of this mysterious girl with pink hair, focus in on Ozzy. As you stare into the same spot you stared for a duration of time, focusing on the prophetess's scry, nothing seems to manifest.
Was it in the same way of like there's not even a connection made, like she's just like with what happened with Fosia, right?
Give me an Arcana check.
She's very close to Phasia, it appears, so
15.
I would not be surprised if she
15.
brings out
It was not like the connection didn't go through. It was more like the connection was resisted.
So, Natara, is Ozzy like a Hylian? Or is she like fairy.
Do I know?
I mean, you've seen her before. You've seen her up close. You've traveled with her for a brief period of time. She's a Hylian.
Yeah.
As far as like you can tell from like appearance, 100% Hylian without a doubt in your mind.
I level. She advancement.
Perhaps a champion, but
Likely.
perhaps the first to gain such powers.
Okay. I have one spell slot left above third level, so we better not need to tiny twice.
I don't see
Um,
why we would.
I will say, as I did mean to do this a little earlier, but as like Lydian is doing the scrying, but as you guys are preparing, you know, I do need a wisdom saving throw from Lord Hannon as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured that she's not just meditating.
She's meticulous. She's gonna check to make sure nothing can fuck this up.
It's a 20. Then, right?
That's 20.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Probably saves.
Well,
maybe
it doesn't.
maybe she's
You got some bad modifiers on you, probably. I'm sure
Good
you
point.
left plenty of stuff back at the base,
good point. Good point.
but not like we know.
Because
So
we're actual, I guess now you've met.
What's that, Katie?
Oh, I was gonna ask if he's met her, but I guess now we have, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
It goes
Really?
both ways, because if we've met her, she's met us.
Yeah,
But
it
you
was
can grab
like-
anyone's blood.
Maybe-
Before.
I guess Akila can't. Akila has no idea that I'm making the saving throw, so she can't just give me a +5.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
That is perceivable. Before you guys are tiny heading again, because you know it is an 8-hour spell, so you're going to do it for the duration of your long rest. Before you start your long rest, is anybody doing anything?
You said no.
I was in favor of non-detection.
You told me to not
The
do
rest of the
that.
team was less interested.
I will. I guess we haven't met an HPS worker. I still have that letter to go out to Sidon. But I'll write. I'll write another letter that I won't send out immediately to Ionia, basically like saying that we're, you know, not that we're about to, you know, I don't want to divulge too much, but no, we wouldn't have made up some sort of like secret code or anything. But I would say like, you know, I wish you well. Like, you know, we're just like, you know, preparing for a vague fight in the future. I hope that you're well. Please update me with how you're doing with Pavilion and where your adventures are leading you.
Yeah. You write that and fold it up, waiting for the time you guys are in civilization long enough to find an HPS worker.
And she's gonna see him writing one. And Nari is like constantly copying off of Lydian's homework when it comes to romance stuff, so it just kind of cracks me up. I think, and Nari is under the impression that we might die. And Nari is under the impression we might die, and she kind of realized she did a lot of things just now. And I think, why are you laughing, John?
I've come to a horrible realization. I have fumbled the bag, guys.
It's like fumbled the bag twice. She would probably write a little note that would just be like, you know, like pretty much saying everything that she didn't say before. It would pretty much just say like, you know, like I've always loved you, like
Oh. Whoa.
It's not
Like,
the end of the line.
love you, and Ari. And she's crumbling up, and she's prepared to just drop it and hope that someone finds it if we do die. So it'll go in the mail if we live, but like, hey, you know, it's just.
Also, I mean, speaking of that, like, not that it's like, oh, this is like our last goodbyes or anything, but I also realized I should probably send a message to Lo as well and just check in on sending and just to send her you know, I can do this privately because she's all the way in Rito Village, but I would just say uh in the Gerudo Desert, things might not go well, but either way, I wanted to tell you I am proud of you and who you're becoming.
Low response to you. Oh my goddess, Lydian. That's very forward. But thanks. And we miss you here. I miss you. Especially.
I want to fuck up some Yiga. Let's fucking
Hang on,
go.
hang on, hang on. See you soon, I guess. Good luck. That's 25.
Low is
I'm doing this for her.
a top one. Low is a top one NPC.
I'm doing this for her. I'm doing this for her now.
I just love how
I'm gonna say top two because bogey, but no.
yeah, because I just love how anytime Lydian is like, I'm gonna remember to use sending low, I was just like, okay.
It's usually she's like very like teenage girl, like, what do you want on Twitter? Like, but
So good.
She is undergoing character growth off screen.
It's gonna be buff when we get back.
Yeah, it's gonna be really bad when she dies at the wedding.
You're gonna do wedding skip. I thought we covered this last.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're gonna use the wedding skip glitch. I forgot.
We're gonna use the skip where the prof does marries Locrian.
I forgot. Yeah, our master plan.
That's what it was. That's so funny.
Okay.
Lorhannon doesn't know who to talk to. He's like got this look of like, oh, I'm like acting like I'm really focused and preparing, but like in a very distracted sort of way of like a hey, someone noticed me kind of like
I was just about to be like, would we notice?
Tara would definitely. Tara's
Yeah.
best perception would definitely notice.
We have the conga line of people who want to talk to Lorhannon. We're bad.
Yeah, John and I were both talking about like, wow, Lorhannon's about to fight the Yiga, and we both side-eyed each other like our characters would both want to talk to her. So,
I mean, the Tara probably would notice first while
Yeah.
you're all doing whatever your stuff is. So, I don't know if Natara wants to interact with Lorhannon right now, but
Natara would very awkwardly interact with Lorhannon.
yeah.
Natara doesn't know how to. Natara's been trying to give Lorhannon space after, dropping just a huge relationship bomb on him. But I feel like knowing that we're about to go back to the music, she would probably try to check on him. Oh, I don't know. Am I supposed to say something?
Yeah, Lorhannon's not initiating this.
no one in this group knows how to talk to each other. which is
Lorhannon
like-
is off to the side, brooding, and Natara painfully aware of everything in your group that is going on. Cursed to be the most passively perceptive. You notice and make your way over awkwardly to engage with whatever this poor ex-ego is going through.
How are you feeling about going back to what you get clan hideout?
Oh, hi, Natara. I'm like
Zugo here.
Exactly. Totally. Like I'm like, oh, there's a person here, but in a very much just like this is what I wanted sort of way, you know.
Like, just imagining Lorhanna was sitting around the campfire and was just like,
Exactly.
I have to find the
That's
evidence.
exactly what I'm doing. And Todd talks to me like, what? Uh, what? I'm fine. No, like, I, I mean, it's gonna be different. So, you know, when I last left, it wasn't very friendly either. Um, I guess this time it's different since I'm bringing other people into that dangerous spot. I wouldn't be so worried if it was just me. I I know I can take care of myself and get around, but I don't need you to do foolish things too.
We're certainly not letting you do foolish things alone.
You certainly tried not to let me.
Tried?
I'm not gonna respond to that.
Have you done something foolish that we don't know about?
I mean, not recently.
That does not make Zatara feel any better.
Yeah. That arrow's pretty cool that she got there. I mean, it took a Molduga and like vaporized it. I mean,
Yeah. That. Not the prophetess, though.
no,
So.
Molduga's not the prophetess.
No. I'm saying it would be really nice if we could just hit the prophetess and go with one and then not have to worry about them anymore. But
Yeah, I guess a magic arrow really can make all your problems go away.
what? Do you want an ancient arrow?
Well, I don't have a bow. I don't think it would be very useful for me.
That was just a strange comment.
This Elder Scrolls Oblivion as content.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
The Cloud District.
I guess I'm a little distracted right now.
What are you thinking about? What's distracting you?
Well, I mean, we're trying to go in the back way, and we don't really know how to get there or what that monster is, so
I hope it's a Molduga. I don't think it is.
I suppose you're right.
Terrible.
Lorhannon chuckles. You do get a chuckle of recognition.
We can always try one and see how it goes. Maybe pretty nice.
You have what, 3 more?
Yes. I guess let me check. I'm pretty sure. Yes.
And I have 2.
We got yes, similar. We do also have some shock arrows, ice arrows, and regular arrows. So, and the flame arrows. So we got about everything covered. Bomb arrows would be pretty sweet, but
Can't have them all.
no.
Her hand goes back to.
Oh my gosh.
Is that the signal that the conversation is over?
Yeah.
All right.
I love how we went from Lorhannon not being able to like open up to now Lorhannon's like fishing for like full-on conversation. It's like everyone in the group.
I am fishing. Like Lauren is definitely
So
fishing
great.
right now.
I love
If
it.
only somebody asked me about my heritage and my upbringing.
Has Lorhannon spoken psychically in my head at one point in our adventure?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
And like when you do that, can we talk back and forth, or is it just you send to me?
It is one direction.
Okay, all right. And I will have to go talk to you then.
You poor thing.
Well,
I'll go back
no one's
and
gonna,
I'll
no
go
one's
get
no one's going to like this
the-
conversation.
Oh,
I'm so
Oh
excited.
no.
oh gosh.
Natara was just like, not that Natara's the worst person to talk to Lorhannon, but like Lorhannon just does not know how to interact.
Natara
with
doesn't know how
Natara.
to talk to Lorhannen either anymore.
Not anymore. Right.
There is a very strange elephant in the room.
I will go up to Lorhannon now and speak to him.
And Natara has absolutely no idea where Lorhannen is in that because
I don't
that's
think
not his
I don't think
rocks.
Lorhannon knows where he is on that.
I'll approach and I'll say, I can't pretend to know what you are going through right now. But I've been thinking about the last couple days. I've been consumed with a lot of anger. And I know that inside that stronghold there are going to be men and women who will fight us to the death. Even children who had your unfortunate background. You and I share a similar mindset. Know that I will follow your lead on this. I hope that there are people that can be saved like you. Not saved per se, but can grow from your upbringing.
I think that certainly the youngest of the clan are just children, after all. They learn perhaps some wrong things, but I think there is a way that we can keep people's consciences clean.
That is good to hear. I feel like lately we have been learning the same painful lesson over and over again. You can't save everyone.
Yeah.
But your intentions are to try and spare those that could be persuaded to leave the clan.
Yes. Dismantle, not necessarily destroy, if possible.
Very well. I will prepare my most devious inventions for tomorrow.
I raise an eyebrow.
It's unnecessary. We, of course, have the land's greatest blade master at our side. Nothing could stand against that.
I smile.
And then I will nod, get up, and go back to my preparations. Oh yeah, it's time. It's time for the nuclear awkwardness reaction to occur.
This is with Inari and Lorhanan.
Oh yeah.
Just she's busy writing, and she does have a level, like she does have like a 10 passive perception. So are you doing the sigh thing again, or I feel like Inari would just see people going to you and be like, "Oh, dude, I want in on this."
I think after Aquila, I'm not as aggressively like, but
Yeah.
I
Inari
maybe like stand up and sort of like walk a little bit near where like Lydian and Inari are writing letters, and then like I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just walking around camp, you know.
Lorhanan's gotten really into a
As
rope.
you do.
Yeah, I mean, Inari's letter is pretty short, so like she'd probably finish it and just look up at you and just quirk an eyebrow, sort of like study you briefly, and would immediately pick up on what you want, and would probably like get up and sort of like walk off in a direction with the kind of intention that you follow her far away, but like just, you know, giving Lydian space so he can focus on his very serious letter writing.
Are you going to gesture that you want me to follow you, or you
Yeah,
just...
she'll like cock her head to and like kind of, yeah.
Okay, then I will walk with you.
And Ari's just getting up to walk away randomly. This is she would like walk away and then stop and kind of sit down and cross her legs a little bit. And kind of look up at him. I notice the others have been talking with you. I don't know, you know, I'm going to be honest, I don't necessarily understand the issues you are facing in the same way that some of the others in camp might have. I grew up in a very anti-Yiga town with people that were perhaps less harsh, but perhaps I don't want to assume that anything bad is going to happen. But if something does happen, it's like paining her to say this because taking all of her mental fortitude to have an emotion, she will look up directly at him and just say, I wanted you to know that I think you might be one of the best friends I've ever had. Just in case this all didn't go well.
Oh. I wasn't expecting that.
What were you expecting, if I may ask?
I don't know. I thought maybe you were going to talk about Isha.
I don't know if I want to talk about that. I mean, I feel like I put everyone through having to witness my very painful flirting for enough time today. I don't. No, probably the most sappy, awkward relationship anyone could ever have. Yeah, I don't know.
You still care about her.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know. I kind of got comfortable with the idea of like not being back in Gerudo Town when this was all over. If we were lucky, I thought I'd maybe continue traveling. Maybe with some members of the group if we all still wanted to do that. But I don't know. I'm sitting here and I don't know. It's hard because you don't talk to her for a while and you forget all the feelings, but then she's right in front of you and suddenly you start to remember some of them and it makes things more complicated. But I have all the time in the world to figure that out. I'm much more focused on supporting you.
Interesting.
You've, after all, you've never tried to kill me, even though you had quite a reason to do so in the beginning, so you're already a top tier friend in that regard, so.
I've never felt that, like, where someone does something bad, but you still might care for them.
It's not fun. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I guess I've been friends and wanting to be more than friends with her for so long that it's a little hard to let those feelings go so quick. Even if I kind of wanted them to. Because she did try to kill us. And that's hard to forget.
She did try to kill us,
She did try to kill us?
as did the Yiga.
Oriana being like, and the ego. That was smooth. I mean, look, I know I talk a lot about the joy I take in killing Giga, and that is probably one of the main personality traits everyone associates me with because I don't really share a whole lot. But I know this is probably a lot for you, and I want to say that I'll be there for you in any way that needs to look like because you've been a very good friend and have advocated for all of us when we've confronted our big dramas, and this is possibly the most anxiety-inducing one I can imagine anyone having to experience. So I won't go in guns blazing, I guess is what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, it's not me I'm worried about. You know, it's everything else. Like,
Everything else?
I don't know. The stakes seem higher.
I mean, we accepted a challenge from King Rome to quite literally save Hyrule. This is scary, but in a way, it was probably always going to be part of the journey. And hey, we did promise we would help you get the closure you needed. So, I mean, it's going to be dangerous, but we all signed up for it. We all.
It's not our first danger. Yeah.
After Goron City, I think we are capable of doing anything if we set our minds to it. So, I know you're a big warrior, but you should. Essentially, I think we are all quite capable, and we're all choosing to get into this. Because we'll always be there for you. And I don't want you to have doubt clouding your mind tomorrow in any way, at least about us.
I don't doubt.
Ooh, that's a good line. I mean, how does it feel to have to go back? I mean, I don't know if you're comfortable answering that, but you haven't been back in a while.
I've been avoiding it, I think, really. Like, when we were here in Gerudo Town the last time, we thought, oh, we'll go to the Yiga clan next, but I don't think I really wanted to, and I'm not sure I want to now. Like, I want to just not go back there ever.
I'm sorry, you're put in a position where you have to. That's not fair to you. I think we've all lost a little bit of agency throughout this whole journey.
I feel like I'm not going back on my terms. Going back because we have no other choice.
Maybe this is a silly question, but what would it have looked like to go back on your terms?
I mean, I don't think I would have.
I guess has talked a lot about wanting to get vengeance in the beginning. Is that no longer drives you?
It it does. I mean, I think I am perhaps even angrier at the Yiga clan now than even before, knowing what life they may have taken from me. Uh, but there's other motivations too now. So
Um,
more complicated.
I mean, they may have taken a lot from you, but maybe by going back, you can prevent them from taking more from other people, even themselves.
Lord Hannon had not thought of that. You've just blown his mind.
I hope you know I've been using multiple counseling techniques right now in this conversation. Oh man.
Lord Hannon's mind is just devastated by that.
I think the wind sort of begins to pick up and snow begins to fall, and you guys kind of shiver being further away from, I imagine, a fire that you guys might have made. I always assume that there's a fire when you guys camp. Um, so
Yeah.
perhaps it would be best to head back to your camp area.
we'll wrap we'll wrap it up. And Ari will um kind of put a hand on his shoulder and give it a squeeze before walking away. Just because, you know, emotions.
Lord Hannon will stand there for a little bit and then like let Inari leave and then get out his sword and kind of do that same thing that he had done a few like nights ago of like trying to like mimic Inari's sort of like uh, fighting technique.
Would that be noticeable?
I mean, if you turn back and look at me, then yes.
Yeah. I think she would look back and probably smile, and then go to her side of camp and mirror you a little bit.
And then I'll head back after a few minutes of that.
It's like very audible.
Yeah, you guys return to the group. Is anybody else doing anything before we start the long rest?
I know that I think the message back from Lo has really hyped up Lydian, and I'm like writing the world's first like rock and roll lute solo, like just trying to hype myself up. More importantly, though, I'm trying to kind of get a game plan together for food, and I might consult Aquila a little bit for the morning. What I'm thinking is what?
Nothing. You're consulting with Aquila, who is walking over to stand near Anari and has a like a hypodermic needle.
I'm like, anyway, so besides whatever you're doing, I'm thinking like this banana souffle with this maybe like
Okay, we're good.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I'm gonna use my flash of genius and I'm gonna give myself a light sedative, Jenna, to help
Oh my
resist my
God.
urges.
Okay, what?
Are we
The
gonna get
Constitution
dark
saving
urge
throw.
plotline?
Oh, like, what do you mean, like,
Yeah, so
sedative,
you get
though? I understand the con save, but...
Like that's my flash of genius is what I'm
Oh,
flavoring
I
it
see,
as.
okay. I understand. I was
So,
like, what do you
so it's a
use for?
26. Is that?
Yes.
Because you're
That's
next to
Very,
Nari.
it was very important that I make that save tonight. That would have been disastrous
so-
otherwise.
I'm kind of terrified of what it does.
It's not like no one's gonna die from it, but it would really
Yeah.
put a wrench in our plans.
I mean, there's always a chance of anything.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Roll a 1 on the D100, I dare you. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
I invent the first thermonuclear bomb.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you guys, take to these things and settle in, and find yourselves under Lydian's tiny hut as you begin your long rest. Let's take a break there and come back and get through this night and see if we can find the unnamed valley in the morning.
recording.
I think Lydian being the only person that has not
Oh.
talked to Lord Hannon is just kind of like I'm just in my own head about it, and about like I'm doing my own thing, he's doing his own thing, and I might say like, hey, we're gonna cook some bananas tomorrow. Like, do you still like those? Like, just something very casual.
Lydian committing
that's your
slight
relationship,
microaggression.
though. You
No,
gave
it's-
him the spyglass and like drew a picture, I believe,
Yeah.
and it's more
Oh, the
passive
picture
than
was
upfront.
yeah, the picture was really cute.
But
It was really sweet.
Oh, Ben and Katie, are you guys ready as well?
No,
No. Okay.
That's fine.
I still haven't gotten my turn in the bathroom yet, so
No.
they needed to debrief from the Lord Hannon.
The Lord Hannon, the Tara discussion was my favorite fucking bit of roleplay, and that entire
Because like
It's so good.
the second half was better, but like the first half, I was like, don't you guys like talk to each other like in real life?
I said that we need to debrief, and apparently Matt is in disbelief that we talk to each other in real life after our role play.
I think you guys do great. I don't mean that condescendingly.
I literally cannot talk to him as Lord Hannon, which is so funny because it is the exact opposite of every other time ever in our lives. Which is why it makes it so terrible.
Sarah, nice house tour.
I know. You guys want to see apartment 5209
Whoa.
with our interesting
You're doxing
cat
us
toy
right now.
decor.
I can't believe you're doxing us.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't say anything but the apartment number.
Could be anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of 5209s out there. I'm just like staring at the Twitch stream, like I dare you guys.
I dare you. All right, we gotta wrap up this campaign.
we got it.
We gotta get off the air.
Huh. Yeah, Jenna, this has been fun.
It's been fun, but I can no longer stream
been a-
because we've all been doxxed.
No, today's been really good though. I've really love a good role play. Bless you.
I'm ready to really make this
Okay.
a Friday night session with the second half here.
Oh,
Lord Hannon is feeling actual feelings for the first time ever.
well,
He's like, Inari, what the hell?
I was telling John, you said that like he had a lot stolen from him, and I immediately cooked that one up in the chamber, and I was just like, it's gonna do so much emotional damage. I can't wait. Oh,
And Lord Hannon was already like emotionally unstable because he's just like, what the hell was that with Isha? Like,
I traumatized her. Lord Hannon has to witness like two women being really awkward with each other, and it's like this has done untold amounts of mental damage to me, which is so fair. Yeah, I don't really know what that was either. So
That was me and Ben trying to have a conversation as our characters.
yeah, Lord Hannon talks to Natara and it's just like, so you like weapons? It's like a
Can't do it.
yeah, it's like a dad.
Yeah, I'm just
who
really
doesn't-
trying to save my. I'm just really trying to save my sister, and like I want a better future for her. And Lorraine's like, what is a sister?
like a dad who like can't relate to his daughter's interest or something like that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think Miss Swift is pretty cool, Jenny.
Would you like to watch the big game with me?
yeah, exactly.
So, jumping into this long rest, who's taking first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Everybody else snuggles up in the warmth of the dome by this fire, and Natara stays up to keep watch. Natara, please make a perception check and tell me what you're up to.
That is a 17. Um, it's Natara is probably, I guess, I don't know if she would necessarily have access to the map that Lord Hannon drew, if that would be like on Lord Hannon's person, but just kind of trying to like review that in her head, get a sense of kind of like where everything is, where people will be. Just yeah, trying to prepare, I guess.
Yeah, you stay put in the dome here, by the light of the fire, reflecting on the everything Lord Hannon has relayed to you about the layout and flow of traffic and population of the inside of the Yuga clan hideout, focusing, preparing for what is to come, inevitably, it seems. Um, but you are unbothered here, and eventually your watch comes to an end. Who do you wake up for the second watch?
I'll wake up Lydian.
Lydian, as you wake for the second watch, please give me a perception check. Tell me what you're up to.
Perception is only a 9. And I think I'm just kind of dialed in planning mode, just really honestly like hyping myself up, trying to get excited and using energy and trying to come up with melodies and stuff that are exciting to me that I can go into tomorrow like on the offensive. And speaking of which, I'm thinking of some dishes that I'm going to use with some of the mighty bananas that we have tomorrow as well. But nothing major.
Yeah, you as well hang out inside by the warmth of the fire in the protection of your dome. You can see that outside the wind has picked up even more flurries fall. But you're nice and toasty and safe with your friends in here. Your watch goes by. Who do you wake up for a third watch?
I'll wake up Inari.
Nari,
Ready?
you rise, third watch, perception please, and what are you up to?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna borrow knowledge that perception check. So let me roll that, and I think. Oh, first of all, I got a. Well, that's a performance. How the hell? That is not what I meant to click. Let me
You did a little dance.
and do a little jig. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I somehow accidentally clicked performance. Well, that's an 8, so that's more in line with what we expect from her.
It's on
so.
par for Inari. What are you up to?
Yeah. I mean, I think Inari is just dealing with a big ol' complex amount of feelings and kind of thinking things through. Like, she's first and foremost worried about Lord Hannon, and I obviously about because of what's coming next. And I mean, her oath is to her friends, so that's always going to be on her mind. Her friends always on her mind. She's like trying to not think about what happened with Isha, mostly because she's just really self-aware of like, wow, I really bungle every single conversation I have with a woman ever. That's really upsetting. She's kind of like thinking about she wishes she could capture all the words she's put into any diary entry ever when she's like talking to people she's interested in. But yeah, she's looking at the letter she wrote Isha, and she's just kind of like both kind of happy things worked out for the better, but also kind of just full of like an intense amount of regret that like we might have finally figured things out and we're all might croak tomorrow. So yeah, it's a lot on her mind, but she's just sitting there, not saying anything probably, but
Yeah,
just
in
vibing.
the stillness of the middle of the night, you anxiously sit there in the safety of the bubble, poring over the actions and conversations you've had over the course of the past day and perhaps past few days. And before you know it, your watch is up. Who would you like to wake up for the final watch?
She thinks about waking up Lord Hannon, but she really wants him to rest. So he has some semblance of sleep for the next day. So she's gonna wake up Aquila.
Cool.
Classic Dawn Watch. Aquila, you rise.
That's
Give
right.
me a final perception check of the night and tell me what you're up to.
That is a 12 perception check.
Okay.
Infrared.
I am going to take the Sheikah Slate out, and I am going to try to give it to LG. Can LG hold it inside them?
Can LG hold it inside of them? I think, yeah, LG opens up their torso in the same way that they produce their weapon and shield, and you kind of settle it inside. LG's a little bit confused, but is happy to hold this for you. Um,
LG,
kind of looks at
sometimes
you
you've been the...
expectantly.
Yeah, sometimes, LG, you've been the bravest of us. If the worst should happen tomorrow, and the 5 of us should fall, you need to get this back to Impa in Kakariko Village. Do you know where Kakariko Village is?
Affirmative chirp of yes echoes from him.
Actually, return it to the Tano Tech Lab.
Same thing. Double yes.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that, but we can't afford to let this fall into the enemy's hands should we fail.
LG understands entirely what you're saying.
Otherwise, I have a lot of work to do. I'm switching infusions, I'm attuning to different magic items.
Yeah, you set to work, staying in place here in the bubble. You take care of all those things over your 2 hours, and eventually the sun begins to rise, and soon enough the tiny hut pops, and you guys are exposed once again to the cold of the highlands.
Tara is immediately starting to attune to the government.
Yeah. You have the repulsion shield now, Nari, so you have a +1 to your shield.
And Nari will give you the Pearl of Power so that you can attend to it.
Lydian will also hand over Aquila Hestu's maracas, just in case.
Ooh.
Just in case.
A very dangerous item for me to hold, which I will hold gladly.
Are you guys doing anything this morning?
Yes. So I think, let me know if this would work. But for the 4 of them, I would want to cook 3 mighty bananas, 1 mighty porgy, and a razor claw crab. Give them all attack
For
buffs.
4 people?
For 4 people, not for myself.
Porgy, crab, 3 bananas. You need a little bit more.
How many bananas can I add? How much food? I limited it at 5, but like, how many bananas will you let me add?
I mean, you can add as many as you'd like to.
Can I add 10 bananas?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Then porgy, crab, and 10 bananas.
Okay. That will certainly be enough for 4 people. Food. Go ahead and make a check for cooking.
Can I kind of get, recall the information from the past, like, 12 hours or so where I was kind of conceptualizing this dish and make a history check to cook it?
You can go based on intelligence. It's not history, though. It's based on your
Okay.
flat skill. Unless you have proficiency with cooking utensils.
I'll give that a
That is-
+5.
Okay.
Again, I feel like Akila is always just your sous chef, like just chopping onions next to you, even if onions are not involved.
That's a 17.
17.
Mhm.
Those who eat this have a +2 to hit for the next 24 hours.
Nice. Very good. Very, very good.
Plus 15 the hit.
And for myself, I will be cooking. What's up?
Can I clarify that? Is that hit as in spell attacks and weapon attacks?
Oh, it is just weapon to hit, melee or ranged. But
Okay.
thank you for clarifying. Yes.
Yeah.
That would have been very strong, but yeah, understandable.
Yeah.
No, it's not gonna do that.
For myself,
It's
is it
magic food. It could.
is it enough
Not
of a
gonna
meal for myself if I do 2 Endora shrooms and a palm fruit?
I'd say yes.
Okay. In that case, I will do that. So that buff, what I'm trying to get is additional spell slots for myself.
I know. Yep. Go ahead and make a check for it.
Is it still intelligence?
However you're going about cooking it. Go ahead and give me any ability
I mean,
check.
I would want to put my best foot forward with these dishes. So, well, I guess I would be cooking it with intelligence rather than charisma, but for this specific thing, for myself, it's a 14.
Well, it's also a 19.
Well,
Actually,
don't you need these for later?
no, this is like very important to give you a good buff.
All right, let's see.
With that, Lydian, for the next 4 hours, you gain an additional level 2 or lower spell slot.
Nice.
Okay.
I gotta make more of this for myself. You guys get spell slots like it's candy. I'm over here struggling.
No need to
I've got
struggle,
all-
just get Endora.
I've got a bunch of spell slots that I just don't use.
Oh, and as we planned, Jenna, the knife of spell storing, see invisibility per se.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay.
All
And
right,
we have
I think
4 hours.
Natara and I are probably going to be the ones sort of leading the way to try and find this back entrance.
Yeah, I will give the knife to Natara so that she has the ability to cast it whenever. But I'm gonna hope that we don't have to cast until we get close. Like I don't know the patrol routes for the Yiga.
Okay.
Yeah, do the Yiga generally patrol up here? I don't think so, right?
You know that they do not.
Okay. I was like, sometimes they'll be up here, like foot soldiers might come up here to try and hunt some of the beasts to like prove themselves, but like with a big event going on, my guess is that that's probably not happening.
You are definitely on par with that train of thought. It's kind of assumed that this area, the Highlands, are so dangerous they don't need to necessarily patrol it. It's more of a risk for them to be up here than it is a benefit to keep eyes up here.
I have one quick question about the spell slot as well.
Mhm.
Does it work like temp HP where I can shave it off the top, or is it like a resource if I burn out all my other spell slots?
You can shave it off the top.
Okay.
You guys are setting out with Natara and Lorhannen leading the charge. Either both of you can give me survival checks, or one of you can do it with advantage.
I'm giving Natara the help action for that.
Okay. Natara, please give me a survival check with advantage.
It's a 17.
Okay. You definitely start out on the right foot today. I'd say though too on a 17, as you guys kind of leave the general area that you were spending the night, first thing as you're setting out this morning on the 6th day, you notice a lot of tracks, a lot of fresh tracks, kind of around where your camp was. They are large hoof-shaped tracks. And
Boy.
you guys press onward, traveling west, trying to follow what you understand to be the best path to reach this uh, area that's kind of colloquially known as the Unnamed Valley. You're definitely on the right track as you go about today, though you are having a difficult time exactly pinpointing the location. Is there anything any of you do to try to aid in your ability to locate this location?
Maybe Lydian and I can just spend some time flying above, um, get a better vantage point.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to definitely like look between the lines, like where you might in this landscape have like
Yeah.
a secret base. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Natara. Who would Natara like to fly away from the group? Yes, I get it, Natara.
What?
Give me that look over there.
I'm confused.
Okay, maybe I was misinterpreting your look.
So both of you fly up, high up to get a vantage point.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't want to fly up too high because we're right by, and that'll have the same effect as the tower. So I'm not. Can I get a sense of flying up high enough where it wouldn't be obvious that I'm flying? Maybe just like 20, 30 feet off the ground.
I'd say, Lydian, given the terrain, the environment that you're in, it is very flat, and almost anywhere, any like height you gain would be obvious for a distance around you.
Yeah, then unfortunately, I don't think I
Look,
would.
how close do we think we are?
It's a
Just
decent
like
question.
out of curiosity.
I mean, you can tell you're kind of in the right area, but it's again tough to say.
Would you say that we think we're within a mile?
I don't think you know. You can certainly
Okay.
guess that you could be.
Do we know any details besides a monster lives in this valley about this valley? Like, does it have geographical formations? Like, does a river run into it? Is there...
The way that Lorhannon knows it as sort of being called the Unnamed Valley lends you to believe there's nothing necessarily significant about it. It is sort of just hidden away somewhere in the landscape of the Highlands.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, okay. I
Well,
don't know if. Oh, sorry.
the tracks that we saw at night, or around from around our camp, big monstrous or big, like, large animal?
I'd say that you guys would be familiar enough with uh, this particular monstrosity to recognize Lionel hoof tracks. You saw them.
I think we should not go in the direction that the Lionels are going, because they would avoid this monster.
From where you guys were camping, the tracks lead north. You guys have basically approached the Highlands as like a region from the south and camped near the south. The tracks come from and then retreat to the north from last night. You guys are traveling west from where you are because that's like where you have come to understand this entrance would be based on Lorhannon's understanding of the layout of the hideout. So you guys are on the right track. You just need to kind of pinpoint specifically where it is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you need something else to like help you find it.
And Lorhannon has not been to this back entrance that we're looking for before.
I can cast invisibility on you if you want to go up. Or better yet, could you cast invisibility on yourself?
Yes. I like. I don't know that it would necessarily help,
I think throw it out there.
but
First.
I think just in case, like, can I try to detect portal to see if anything gets picked up within a mile?
Oh, it might, but not the portal that we're worried about.
Yeah. But
Well, it is the portal we're worried about, but not the valley portal.
The hole is a portal? Question mark.
No, I meant the doomsday device that they're building.
Sure.
yeah, that would be in their hideout.
Mm-hmm.
But
But would it be done yet?
Give me a luck check, Natara, please. So just a d20.
Come on, Natara.
Oh man.
Perfectly average.
What you got?
a 10.
You feel in your intuition that you should keep going the way you're going currently, like just the vague direction you're going, but you don't pick anything up with Detect Portal. Like you
All right,
guys
now do we
are
want a
dancing
bird's
around
eye
it. You
view?
just need something to push you to find it.
I think we should cast invisible. Like, yeah, I think we need someone to be invisible and go.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Does
think
anyone
we'll-
have invisibility
Here.
besides me?
I got it. I don't use a whole lot of third level spell slots when I fight or during combat or anything. So I will with Lorhannon, I'll take Lorhannon and cast Shadow Step up so that we'll both be up 60 feet and invisible flying.
Oh, there you
Is that
go.
cool?
That's great. Are you guys going to fly any higher, or are you going to stick at that 90-foot height?
Is it 90 feet or 60 feet?
I think it's 90.
It's 60 feet.
It's 60. Okay.
Shadow Steps invisibility does only last a minute, but
No. It's an hour, right? 'Cause
No.
it's not greater.
I don't remember.
Invisibility lasts up to 1 minute.
Phooey. Okay.
But you guys have a,
Fine.
if you're
Lord-
moving and
Lord
acting,
Hannon's
you have
speed
60
is-
feet of, yeah,
Lord Hannon's speed is pretty
stupid crazy fast.
Pretty frank. So
So I think we can go up to maybe like 100 feet.
Lord Hannon can go up to 200 feet.
Way high.
I
yeah.
know, but in case
Yeah.
the rest of the party gets attacked, I don't want to be like 200 feet away from the party. That's what
I'm
I'm thinking.
invisible. You don't know what I'm doing. So
That's fine. Okay, I stay at 100 feet. Lorraine goes to 200 feet.
The classic "you're not my dad" defense. I love it.
Which one of you is utilizing the spyglass?
I am. I've got it.
Alright.
Big man upstairs.
Go ahead. You can make the perception check with advantage. Lydian, you can also give me a perception check. Not at advantage.
Big money,
Rats.
huge money, just excellent amounts of money.
I got a 14.
I got a 20.
Lydian, from the height you're at, you see you're pretty taken aback by the actual vastness of the highlands, how flat they are, how icy white blue they are in the reflection of the sun and everything. This being your first time up here, Lorhannon, this being not your first time up here, and with your higher vantage point and spyglass, you are quick to assess the landscape and not only see that there is a dip between a mesa and a ridge that is just a little bit further west, that this could be the valley you are looking for, but also that not very far off from where you guys are currently, there is a pack of Lionels that seem to be tracking you.
Oh, you bastards.
So, do we think that they track by magical means?
No, I don't think they do.
They're
Thank
excellent
you.
hunters.
For
They're excellent hunters, but
Does Lord Hannah get a
You wanna pass without trace?
I think so.
Well, we have
We're
to go
close
all the way
enough to
back
the
down.
valley. We're close enough to the valley that I think we'll.
do we get an idea of their numbers and coloration?
I'd say that from the distance that they are, and with just a 20, there's more than 3 that you can tell Lorhannon, but they're far off, and it's a little bit tough to tell because of all their additional limbs and weapons
All
that
right,
they
let's try
carry.
and lose them then.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I'll come back down and tell Natara that well, I'll tell everyone and
I
say
guess
like
we
Natara
We would like to not
You
be
can-
tracked
you can- you
unless
can-
by
you can-
magical means.
I'm like, you can help us. Right.
can are you dropping invisibility, or how does that work? Do I have to drop the invisibility, or if he's also invisible?
I mean it like it
It's
It just
probably
okay.
can
yeah.
get a lay of the land perception check. It probably takes enough time that like by the time I get down, it's about
It's
a
been
minute.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think in about 60 seconds or so, I'll also meet him back down there.
Yeah, you guys have a good
Jenna,
sense of the timing, and you guys both land Lorhan, and you convey that there's a target on your party's backs. And Natara, are you passed without tracing?
Yes.
Yep. Natara puts up this shroud, and the footprints and tracks that you guys leave in the snow in this tundra um, disappear around you. And you guys proceed to the target location that Lorhannon has pinpointed, uh, leaving no traceable traceable track behind you. Um, Eventually, you guys do get to this valley, uh, carefully descending because it is quite steep and slippery. You make it to the bottom and begin to make your way down the unnamed valley. Is anybody doing anything as you guys progress here? I'd say timing wise of things, you are in the afternoon at this point. You spent a lot of time maneuvering, trying to find this place. And I will say that by the time you reach the bottom of the valley, the hour pass without trace will have ended, just by the distance you were.
How close is this valley to the entrance?
Yeah.
You can give me a perception check to see what you can see
I was
further
asking
down.
Lord Hannah if he
Oh,
has a
sorry.
sense. I wouldn't know. I feel
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say I don't know how else you guys could figure.
yeah.
Lord Hannon, you've never been this way before.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I was just wondering if we're close enough that us engaging this creature in combat would be noisy, but I think it's unavoidable. Can I sort of like inspect our surroundings to see if there's like downed trees or other obvious signs that like some giant monster has passed through here?
Go ahead, give me either perception to notice things around you or survival to kind of assess the landscape for uh, evidence, basically.
That is a 15 on perception.
15 on perception. Um, you guys begin to carefully make your way through this valley. There's a lot of caution, I believe, in your party regarding this, based on your just general lack of uh, understanding of what you are putting yourselves up against here. I'd say that on a 15 perception, Aquila, you see tiny movement. Not far up ahead, just kind of off to the side on the rocks that kind of line the walls of this valley, there's like a very tiny, almost bug-like creature that scuttles along the rocks, and you kind of catch a glimpse of it as it disappears into the crevices and cracks of the wall there. Um, I'd say that that's the, on a 15, the evidence of what could be lurking here that you find.
Any description of the bug itself, or just I see a bug?
Sort of interesting. It's just like a silver coloration, um, almost like what's the word for like crabs and those kinds of like hard
Crustacean.
shell.
Crustacean?
Crustacean. I guess that's kind of the
Titan.
word.
Invertebrate?
Yeah, like sort of like an invertebrate like creature. Not necessarily a crab, but like an invertebrate like creature that has like an exterior to it, multiple legs, and kind of scuttles across the rocky facade.
Can
There's-
I, before we go on any further, can I cast aid on, I think I'm gonna go with Inari, Lorhanan, and Aquila. No. Well, yeah, Aquila was down low last time, so
That was only because I was sort of super targeted. Give it to someone else. I have the second highest HP, I think.
I'll go with Natara then.
Kilo was on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
prime
Where I
target.
wanted
yeah,
to be.
and Inari has more HP than Aquila though, so like maybe Aquila should
But
have
you're
it.
on the front lines though. Like
That's fair.
Yeah.
pretty much all the
Yeah.
time. So I think that's I'm sticking by that. So Lorhanan, Inari, and Natara, you guys can get +5. I'm not upcasting it. I'm just using my free spell now.
Great use.
+5 to your hit point maximum.
The excellent use of this spell.
Yep.
Mhm.
+5.
I will alert the group to the strange bug I saw, but I won't halt us. I feel like we gotta keep going.
Yeah, you guys press onward. You know, very aware of the race against the clock you have as the sun has made its way into the second half of its daylight cycle. And pressing onward, you continue for a chunk of time going down this way. Talk about how I want to do this. And it's interesting how you saw that you really haven't seen much else this entire way. Very still, not a lot going on. It is just an unremarkable valley hidden in this tundra. I mean, you pass under these small land bridges that connect the ridges above, and you sort of weave around these naturally formed columns that support the rocky canopies that are above you. And the further you go, the less like a valley, the more like a sort of cavernous expanse that you face here. You're not seeing anything
Can I-
yet? Go ahead.
Can I specifically look to see if something is amiss? Like if
Go
it's
ahead.
eerily quiet?
Give me a perception check.
I mean, it could just be, it's like when the birds go quiet. It's like there's just a big predator nearby. Oh, no.
Oh no.
That's in that one.
Yeah.
Screw a 5.
It's all right. Get him out now. This is when
Yeah.
it's the least consequential for us.
There's no automatic fails.
Yeah,
so-
we're all good. We're all good. You don't break your eyes.
It is quiet.
I feel like Natara would also be just kind of like we're like all on edge, so the fact that it's just like so quiet, I feel like it's just very unsettling.
Go ahead,
I feel like
Natara.
I
If
would-
you would like to, you are the perceptive one, being the ranger. Go ahead, give me a perception check.
Let's
I
see it.
know it's gonna be less than my passive perception, and it's gonna feel silly. Yep, it is definitely less than my passive perception.
My
That's a
God,
12.
Jenna,
This is
Jenna,
so
we're gonna
sad.
not perceive this encounter actually.
Yeah. You guys continue on. Wearied, well, you look about weirdly, um, expecting something to jump out, not seeing anything. You feel like at this point you're probably getting close to the hideout entrance. And it's then when that sort of relief of, oh, we've almost made it, gives you a glimmer of hope that one of these rocky columns that you've been wandering about as you weave under this canopy twitches slightly, and dropping from above is an unusual creature.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Guys.
Taking you all somewhat by surprise.
Not Natara.
Except for
Not Natara.
Natara. That's why it's somewhat. As you were unable to perceive it ahead of time, I'm going to bring up the turn order, move you guys over, and Matt, I want that music that's like scary
Yeah, I
but
know.
slightly Yiga-y, that we discussed earlier, as I drop you here in the unnamed valley, and a large,
Ooh.
What?
huge
Oh my
creature
god.
tumbles, expertly, like skillfully drops from the canopy above you, and readies itself to attack you, all of you, unexpected, except for Natara.
Natara should have spent all of those nights the past week weaving that thread into something.
I said I could do it, and nobody seemed to be interested in that. So I did not. I literally said I could do it, and
We're actually just so dumb.
It's fine. It's fine.
he
We just need to
said,
not
yeah,
spend.
we'll give it to Natara. So I was like, well, I don't want to be pushy here.
We just need to not spend resources, and then we can take a short rest afterward. Just gotta conserve our stuff here.
True. Well, I can burn
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. To the floor hand and then just guns blazing. Go
Nah.
nuts.
Nat, what the fuck?
Yeah.
8?
Oh,
I rolled a nat 1 on initiative. But it's the same as this guy, so I might get to
And
go.
I get to
first.
go
Both
first.
you and it are going to get a surprise round in on it.
Akila, you'll go before me because my dex is 0.
Oh, I guess I should put LG in here too, huh?
Yeah.
LG.
So this is just some sort of ice lake that we're on right now?
No, not necessarily. It's not necessarily frozen water below you. It's just kind of like rocky, snowy, a little slippery. Not necessarily what you're standing on is difficult. It's more so the ridges of the valley are difficult.
Got it.
I guess Natara, you would act first, I think, in this instance, of sort
Not
of like
very dexterous guy.
yeah, no, in this instance of a surprised round. So, what would you like to do as you are, as always, braced for anything?
I'm going to run off and hit it with the light skill trident.
Okay.
So I guess
Big-
technically
big crit here.
teleport up for flavor.
Huge crit.
Well, yes, of course, but no warrior.
Oh, hold on. I need you, before you actually make the attack, as you start your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Darn, I just rolled a 25. That was-
You'll still have the 25, but I need you to make a con save first because you are taking a turn.
So
And
good.
you can add +3 because you started your turn right next to Inari. So if it was at the very start of your turn, it would be
Start my turn
Yes,
right
that
next.
is correct.
True.
What is your total con
Then-
save?
21.
Okay, that succeeds. You may go ahead and take your attack.
Alright. Bonus action
Nice.
player warrior. So, well, I guess I don't know. Is the 25 hit? I guess I
25
should
does
have
hit.
checked.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
25 hits.
It sounded like it did, but I wasn't sure. Okay, so that is 22 force damage.
Ooh, good start.
And then I guess can I make a second attack?
Yeah. You take a turn like normal.
Yes!
Yeah.
Fuck up. Katie! Seriously?
I don't know. I have no idea.
This is a creature with a big eye, Jenna. So what happens here on a crit?
This
a good
is
ass
not
question.
a vulnerable eye situation.
Oh, I was really hoping that would
Damn
undo the surprise round.
Oh my god.
I did roll that damage though. 14 piercing,
Okay.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I guess I'm just right here now.
Yeah, indeed you are. And following your turn, Goma is going to make 2 attacks against you specifically, because you are right here. First one,
Oh.
with
Yeah.
these giant claws that it has, is a 28 to hit.
Yikes.
That'll be 30 slashing damage.
Holy
shit.
fuck.
And the second one is
Stripping
a
you of a plus-
25 to hit
That also hits.
for 24 slashing damage.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
I'm at like 1/3 health. 24. Not quite 1/3.
With that, that is the end of its turn. I will sort us to the correct order here. Aquila goes before Inari, correct?
Yeah.
Or what's the dex situation?
Yeah.
Alright.
She goes.
It'll be me before Nari.
Right order.
LG has +1. I think he's in between Natara and Goma. Alright, Lorhannon.
Do I have to make any save?
At the
Start
start of
of
your
my turn.
turn, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Can do. That is a 21.
21 will succeed. Go ahead and
All
take your turn.
right. I'm gonna move up on this guy. And I will take 2 swings at him with my sword. Each choice one.
Oh yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
nat 20.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. What?
And guess
going
what?
on here?
I get
I know what you get. Because
Natara's
Natara's right there. I know what's going on. Okay, Rose.
I get my good old
Rogue
sneak attack.
baby.
Oh my
So
god.
that
Wow,
is
that is some of the worst sneak attack damage we've ever seen.
Yeah, the normal sneak attack rolls got a 6 on 4d6. So thankfully it is a crit. So that ends up being 41
Holy
force
shit.
damage.
Oh my
Excellent.
gosh.
And I get a second attack. That's a 16 to hit.
16 will
yeah.
miss.
Okay. Let's see. Do I have any worthwhile bonus action? I mean, I can use my bonus action to try and get insightful fighting on him, just in case we're not right up next to him.
Are you going to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a 19 insight.
19 will beat their what is it, deception? I don't know. I just usually roll charisma. Most of my monsters don't really have a specific deception bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they fail, you succeed.
Cool.
At the end of your turn, Goma is going to take a legendary action to claw attack you.
Okay.
It's a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
For 31 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay. Aquila.
Con save.
Yes, please.
It's a 27.
Saves.
Do I have any understanding of, like, do I understand what is happening to me right now with this con save? Is there some visible effect? Or
When-
perceptible effect?
I should be clear, thank you. When you guys are starting your turn here, this creature has this gigantic eye, but it is not like an organic eye. It is quite literally the inverted eye, the symbol of the Yiga clan. Blinks
Wow.
at you, sort of like almost like an LED screen like thing. It blinks at you, and it's as you look at the creature that you are forced to make to take your turn. I'd say if you wanted to glean anything else, I'd have to have you make a like wisdom check. As
No, that's good
for
enough.
free on your turn if you want.
Alright, I'm gonna back up. And I'm gonna whip out a magic item that was just given to me. And I'm gonna start shaking the maracas. And I'm gonna cast Phaesia's Irresistible Dance on this thing. And then I'm gonna close my eyes.
Believe you can begin to shake the maracas. They must be continuously shaken for the spell's 1 minute duration. Right?
Yep,
Okay.
so I have to do that for every time, but it's cast.
Yeah, cast right away.
Let me double
Yep.
check the spell because of reasons.
It is a charm, and if he's immune to charm, it doesn't
Okay,
work.
that's why I was checking. You begin to shake the maracas, but this creature seems to not react at all.
Alright, fair enough. It was worth a try. Okay.
Definitely, absolutely.
Was.
I don't really have any other good bonus actions without my turret, so unfortunately it's sort of a whiff turn. Yeah, I think that'll be it for me. I guess I won't close my eyes then, since I see the spell does not work. But I'll sort of I'll actually move,
All right.
and
Moving a
that'll be
little
it.
bit closer, ending your turn. Inari, what would you like to do?
Well, I'll roll the Constitution save first, probably.
Thank you.
just to
I
get that out
appreciate
of
you
the
all
way.
remembering this better than I do because I'm not used to that kind of thing.
Oh,
What do you? Oh, I crit. I don't have a good feeling about when we actually get the Yiga hideout based off of all the crits we're throwing now.
No,
True, that's right.
they
I will
don't
have
run out.
Inari.
They're just random, guys.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have Inari roll up.
Okay.
You won't believe what she's about to do.
I have one guess. Go ahead, though.
She gonna hit him.
Yeah.
Did I crit?
The three of you that have engaged in melee in this like first round have all crit on this monster.
I actually
to
don't
be
know what's
fair,
going on.
To be fair, there's a big weak point on the front of the monster. It's pretty easy to critically hit this
No.
guy.
Jenna, I'm gonna divine smite.
I believe
It's
you
worth
will.
it.
I should.
It's
Please.
worth it.
Best beast smiting.
Yeah,
She's
worth it.
Go
best
for it.
beast smiting.
I don't
Absolutely
think I
go
should do
for
it
it.
at third level because I think I should save my third level stuff.
Sure.
However, I think I'm gonna do a nice 3d8. I am on my max, so this is terrible, but
Plus, you
just-
can always make more spell slots as well.
yeah. Okay, so that's so 15 plus 3 plus 2, so that's 20. So that's 20 slashing, and then that's 16 radiant, and I'm gonna electric charge.
Well, hold on.
I believe it's
yeah, it's more than that. 'cause
23
it's a crit.
from
It's
your
more-
slashing.
Why?
Yes.
Plus
23.
16
I'm-
plus 24.
I'm sorry, guys. I will learn how to do math eventually.
The slashing is correct actually because she maxed rolled.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's
N-
well,
it's-
no.
Oh.
It's
You just
It's
switched
not,
the
it's-
dice rolls. I thought.
No, because
Okay, at
her
least I don't know.
actual roll is like the 1d6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 6, but it's plus 3
Oh.
because she rolled. It's not set to roll max.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, that.
3 slashing and 40 radiant. Casual.
Can
yeah,
wait,
and then
what's
I'm
the
gonna
total on that?
do-
Because I know what the things are, but I don't know what the total is.
So, just for slashing.
Lightning charge.
Is it
Add a
60?
charge
Yeah, I
on
mean,
there?
I'm gonna do, a nice 12 lightning. And then,
It's 16 lightning.
Hang on. What's the overall total here? Because I'm a little lost. I didn't do the
Oh,
actual
sorry.
math.
It's 79 total.
Thank you.
One hit, 79 damage.
Okay.
okay. Alright. Let me mark that off really quick. Alright. You know what she's doing next? I'm hitting again.
Hitting it again. You have a plus 2 to this as well. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's already in there.
It's a 28.
Hits?
Oh, I
Yeah, it's a-
added the plus 2, so
yeah,
it's already good. Yeah, so it's a
26.
26.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Alright, that's 12 slashing. I really don't want to use more spell slots.
It hasn't mattered, Sarah, but you have to subtract 1 from your magical modifier as well because you don't have the radiant weapon
Oh,
anymore. But you have
yeah, okay,
plus
let
1
me
to your
also
shield.
edit that in. Yeah. Which is fine by me because it's still plus 14, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
The plus 1
Alright.
to hit is not doing as much as the plus 1 AC.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on using any more of my spells, and I'm just gonna let that second hit speak for itself. So that's just 12 slashing. I'm gonna gain back that lightning charge.
Okay.
That's it for me.
At the end of your turn, Velma will retaliate by making a claw attack against you.
Mm-hmm.
It's 22 to hit.
Alright, that'll hit. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, I'm just looking at stuff because I might be able to do something.
Alright, are you gonna do something?
Oh yeah.
So I can use my melee. I've been hit, so I can use one charge to push the attacker up to 15 feet away. I don't know how that would work because
Or
he's
you
pretty
can hit
big.
him
So,
with the dawn shield.
or I can hit him.
Or you-
No, because he has to miss
She
me
has, she
for
has
me
to
to
be
make.
missed by the
Oh, I thought it's
I
hit in
can't.
general.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't know if this fucker's gonna miss at all.
Yeah. But yeah, he's pretty big, so I mean, if that didn't actually work against him, I would
Well,
understand that. But
Moving, if you're involuntarily moved, it doesn't trigger reaction attacks, so that wouldn't like be a wombo combo.
I know it wouldn't. I'm just saying, like, yeah, I don't know if it would even work because he's probably a
Is the
large
22
creature,
hitting?
so. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
30 slashing you take from the claw.
Yeah.
We'll
All
short
right.
rest it off.
Yeah.
That
We
brings us
got a lot of
to
hits.
Lydian's turn.
Jeez. I am keeping in mind what Aquila said about kind of conserving resources. So I think for my turn, I will just cast a Vicious Mockery on him.
Good call.
And then, so let me like send that / roll that. He's gonna make a DC 17 Wisdom save.
Wisdom. 9.
That fails. So he takes 3 psychic damage and has disadvantage on his next attack roll. And then what was that?
He takes more damage. than
Yeah,
that.
it's 3d4.
Yeah. Duh. Okay. So let me. Fuck me. That's 5 total
Yeah, I
psychic
gotcha.
instead of 3.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word 2nd level on Natara.
Thank you.
You got it.
54 points.
Yeah, I kind of see that. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go into defense mode.
And speaking of Natara, your turn. What would you like to do?
Natara, you get 8 back.
I'll hit it
That's
again.
like the lowest you could have possibly rolled there, isn't it?
Yeah, don't rub it in. Oh shit! I didn't make my con save.
Oh, thank
but-
you. I'm so sorry. This is like the
Oh, yeah,
main
thank you
thing,
for
and I'm
reminding
bad at
me.
remembering it.
I forgot my con save.
Would it affect my turn at all?
Potentially,
Or
but what'd you roll?
I didn't roll anything yet. I got a 16.
16 succeeds.
Okay, good.
I got a 19.
19 succeeds.
Yeah, I'll try to hit this guy again.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Holy shit!
I don't know what's
Stop!
going on.
Really?
It crit again.
Are you
Again.
serious?
This is
What's going on?
insane. I don't know. I have
You love to
that.
see it.
This
You
is
love to
actually
see.
kind of a little bit broken. Like I don't
Yeah,
know what's
this is-
going on.
I mean, to be fair, we're getting all these crits and it's not even bloodied yet.
It is not
No.
bloody yet.
Roll 17 nat ones when we get into the Yiga hideout. It will come back to us.
Damn, you didn't play your warrior.
What's your
did you?
damage, Natara?
Warrior. Why did it?
I don't know why I did it that time, but it's the one on the left.
Okay, so it's the 10 plus 6.
Yes.
Okay, so 16 plus 9 is
41 total?
25. Another 16 is
25 plus 16 is 41. Yep.
Okay, cool.
okay. That's 41 force damage.
Got it. With that hit, Natara, it starts to look a little bit hurt.
Right, now it's
Oh
funny.
damn!
Holy
Holy
fuck.
shit!
Again.
Back. What?
What the fuck?
Literally, I think she's crit 3 times. 4
You
times.
guys! You
Three out of
guys!
4 attacks.
6 times in the past 2 sessions.
3, 4,
Holy shit!
5,
What
6.
are the
I just want to try something. Okay, no. Okay.
7,
Just wanted
8.
to see.
Oh my. Of the past 8 attacks, 5 of them have been crits.
I mean, he's just sustained multiple mortal wounds, right, Jenna?
That's right.
Yeah.
He's gonna linger in injuries.
If we had
wow.
TikTok, this would be such TikTok clip material. I'm so
It's one.
This is going on the main channel.
This
Yeah.
particular
Yeah, this is
creature,
main
you
channel
guys
material.
notice, even though you are dealing blows that would leave significant injury to other creatures, is not sustaining that kind of effect.
Yeah.
Does it seem like it's resistant to their damage?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily seems like it's resistant. It just seems
It just is a hulking creature.
it seems odd. It just seems odd.
Don't like that.
Okay, well, that is 15 piercing damage.
Okay.
Seems odd. Interesting.
It's probably like an automaton or something.
No, they're not smart enough to make that.
You don't know.
Natara,
They
is that
literally
the
aren't.
end
They're
of your
cursed. They
turn?
can't
I
build
seriously hope, because I don't want you to crit again against me here.
Yes.
It will use another legendary action to oh wait, can it hang on.
It's used
Did-
2 so far.
Yes, okay, it can. Make another claw attack against you in retaliation.
It has disadvantage on this.
With disadvantage, that is a 22.
Fuck me.
Yeesh.
holy shit!
That's what I mean. I don't think this guy's missing.
For 26 points of slashing damage.
Oh boy!
With that, it is LG's turn. LG, wanting to potentially do some deflection and such, will rush up
Good call. Good call.
and make not 1, but 2. melee
Whoa! He's got level 5? Whoa!
attacks, and they will both miss.
The crit on the other side of the 6 really sends me.
Yeah, that's sad, but both
Yeah.
miss, and that brings us to the Yiga Defender Goma's turn once again. Oh wait, shoot. Is G immune to certain conditions? Hang on one second.
Uh-oh.
LG does have to make a save actually at the start of its turn.
No.
Oh, okay.
23.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nobody's
LG's good.
falling for this condition.
Mental fortitude.
Going to make another melee attack against Natara and then another one against Inari.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Natara, that is a 34 to hit.
Holy
Does
shit.
LG impose disadvantage?
Ooh, oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, LG's ability, reaction. One creature can see within 5 feet of it. Yes, LG will impose disadvantage, and actually, the other one on this roll, because I always roll like with advantage, is a nat 1. So that will automatically miss Natara.
Whew.
Sweet.
But LG can only do that on one attack. So
Yeah.
And that's
the
fine.
second
That's
one
like that we need to protect that
against
Aura.
Inari is a 24 to hit
Yeah, that'll hit.
for 24 points of slashing damage.
Or some 61 HP. Bad.
Lord Hannon, please make a Constitution saving throw.
Guys, it's not a problem because Lorhannon has some cracked healing, so
He does have
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
We can just
and
use
we will short rest. Like we just need
our
to.
vitality.
Didn't go through. Oh, there it goes.
Ooh. Here comes the bad news.
What is the total?
That is a 9.
Uh-oh.
Lord Hannon, you feel yourself restrained. You feel yourself stiffening.
Uh-oh.
And
Uh-oh.
you're
Uh-oh.
having
Uh-oh.
a more difficult time moving as you look into the eye of this unusual creature.
Wee-oo, wee-oo,
This is stunned. This is stunned, isn't it?
No,
It
it's
is
way
not.
worse.
It
It's
is
way,
not
way, way, way,
worse.
way, way
What is
worse. Can we see
Uh,
what is happening?
You see Lord Hannon is stiffening. I think at this point you can't see any other effect. Lord Hannon,
Okay. Yeah.
who is making like these, graceful attacks. He's been practicing, his fighting style recently, and all of a sudden he kind of begins to freeze up a little bit, and he doesn't. When it's his kind of turn to make another go at it, he is kind of having some difficulty moving. For right now, though, you are simply restrained, and I will need you to make to repeat the saving throw at the end of your. Is it this turn? Next turn. You are just restrained for now. You are restrained.
Restrained. What does that do? I don't know. offhand
You have
what this-
disadvantage on attacks and you can't move. Bunch of other probably mean stuff as well.
I don't think restrained is
Restrained?
crazy though. I think it's just
Your speed is
movement.
0. You can't
Speed
benefit
is
any bonus.
zero.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The attacks or the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage,
Hmm.
and you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Then I will use my action to cast Mirror Image.
Okay. Mirror imaged. Anything else?
And that's everything for me.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Goma, recognizing that you are being subjected to its ability, will make a claw attack against you. This will be made with advantage, but you do have your mirror image up.
That will hit a copy.
Okay.
Wow. What does
It's
Goma roll with advantage?
26.
Did he beat the copy's 11 AC?
Whoa.
I don't know if it's possible for Goma to not hit the copy's
Yeah.
AC.
I think
unless it
sounds like
misses.
a 12,
Yeah,
you
like
get a
critical
14
misses.
attack or something.
Very unlikely. but that is another legendary action. Aquila.
All right, I'll make the save. So that is an 18.
18 succeeds.
Can I spend my turn or spend my action trying to figure out what this thing's deal is with this effect that keeps hitting us?
How are you going
Make some sort of
about
check.
that? What are you specifically focusing on?
I mean, I'm seeing that it's whipping its attention. It just attacked Natara and Inari, and then suddenly Lorhanan seemed to freeze up, and then it turns its attention to them. So I guess I'm observing Lorhanan.
Okay. Go ahead. I'd say you could probably do either medicine or insight on Lorhanan. Because it's Lorhanan, not the teacher.
I will do medicine.
Mhm.
And I will give myself a +5 as a reaction.
Okay. For
So that's
total
a 17.
17. Yeah, I mean, Lorhanan, it's crazy. All he did was no different than any of you have been doing so far, but something has changed. He is stiff. He is freezing. And the more you kind of take like a watchful eye over him, the more you see that this stiffness is increasing, and there is definitely an effect on him of some kind, and it does not look good.
Okay. I think given all this information, now that I know, looking at it in the eye causes this, I will shout out to Lydian. Lydian, the mirror shield.
Ooh.
He needs to miss an attack on me for that to happen.
You can't
Think-
just show him his reflection in the mirror shield?
Let me check. Let me look at it.
Anything else, Akila?
No, that's it.
Following your turn, the Goma is going to make another claw attack against Lorhanan at advantage.
He's gonna chip through those copies.
It's a 21 at advantage. Only a 21.
Only.
That will hit me.
For 24 points of slashing damage. Is mirror image concentration? Or no? You
No.
believe
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
Just double checking. So yeah, that's 24 points.
So that was 24, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
That brings us to Inari.
All right.
Please make a Constitution saving.
Okay, let's see how things go. Okay, so that's technically a 16.
It
Is
is a
it?
16. It's not technically
It
a
is a
16.
16.
Is
Yeah, I
your
like
is
it.
your bonus automatically put in? Like, do you have a +5 to Constitution or proficiency with Constitution?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, oh shit. Yeah, I forgot that I added that in. So, it is a 13. So if that fails, I will re-roll it.
It does fail. Go ahead and re-roll it. If you are
Yeah.
choosing to do so.
Sorry about that.
There we go.
All right, 24.
That succeeds. Go ahead. What
Oh.
would you like to do?
Don't have that anymore, but this is bad. So I'm gonna try to hit him. Let's do that. That is a 23.
23 will hit.
Okay, that's 14 slashing. I'm going to electric charge, and I will divine smite at first level.
Okay.
So we need to kill this guy. This is not looking good. So 2d8. Oh, nice. Okay. That's 9 radiant.
Okay.
And
Lightning charge.
5 lightning.
Got it.
All right, and
Second
I
attack?
will try to hit him again.
Oh
Okay,
my
great, nice,
god.
great.
I am in such disbelief that you guys have crit on this guy this many times. What is going
We
on?
just really hate this guy.
What is
I-
going on?
We hate this guy, dude.
What the shit?
Vitriol? I don't know.
I just high rolled that shit.
Oh, nice.
23.
I feel like you've been mineraling those lately.
You want to attack him with a lightning charge?
I'm gonna attack it on a lightning charge, and you know what I'm gonna do?
I know what you're gonna do. Go ahead, do it.
Let me just check
All
my
the way up?
spells.
Are you doing it all the way up?
You know,
the max thing you can do?
I'm gonna do a second level spell slot because we're
Alright.
saving the third level spell slot for when I crit against Ego, hopefully. So let's be. I'm gonna be smart about it.
You like
Okay.
portraits
Like-
for the rest of the campaign.
Okay, 3 times 8. Make math.
That's
I'm really
37
bad at-
there.
37
Alright, I got it all.
plus the 12. Yeah, 12 lightning.
That's a lot.
Okay, neat.
That's a lot.
80, 80 total.
I love Inari so much.
It's pretty bad.
Me when the
That's-
numbers are high.
Yeah, this is literally all I told her to do. So, that's it.
Okay. Lydian.
So talk to me about this mirror shield that I have. Is it an actual mirror?
It is a mirror.
Can I don't know if you would want to count this as an action or a bonus action or what, but can I go ahead and run up to him and get his attention and try to get him to look at himself?
I say this will be an action to hold it up in a way that it, does look at it. If you want to choose to use this as your action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would do that. Am I like? Does that require a check or something or no?
No. So you hold up this mirror shield and you kind of, shield yourself from it as you do. And it looks at the mirror and looks at itself and succeeds.
I silver barbs.
Okay.
Probably has a very high con.
Succeeds again.
Props.
But it was closer that
then
time.
in that
That's
case,
a good
Who are
thought.
you giving advantage
in
to?
that case, I'll give advantage to Lorhannon. I feel like he fucking needs it. And then, I am going to. I'll bonus action, and I'll just healing word at first level. Inari down the end of the line.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and do that.
It is aware of what you did, and it will, at the end of your turn here, use another legendary action to make a claw attack against you, Lydian. That is a 33 to
Crikey.
hit.
Oh, also, I didn't make my con save. Hold on.
Oh shit, please do. I'm so sorry.
But I'm within. Am I within Inari's range?
No.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
no,
that's
you're
only
not.
an
Yeah,
11.
you're not.
Lydian, you begin to stiffen up. You kind of feel yourself having more difficulty moving. You are restrained. I will say, though, you were still able to hold up your shield. You were not making an attack or anything like that. You were able to do that, and you are able to get healing word out because it's just a spoken thing. So
Okay.
your turn is unaffected. However, you are restrained.
Okay. And
Is he restrained back where he was then?
Yes, where were you at?
Well, I guess yeah.
Yeah. Would have been
But
at the
like,
start of your...
I
Were
would
you
have
here?
to go up to him to like have him look at the shield.
I'd say no, you still could do that. You could still hold up your shield in such a way using your action that it would try and register. It would register you as a target, as a threat.
Okay.
He's
Um,
huge.
but-
His...
What is that?
I was just saying, like, he's huge. He can definitely see
Yeah.
over all of
Yeah. True.
Mhm.
And then Inari, make sure to add 8.
Yeah. About 69 right now.
All right. I'm restrained, and that's the end of my turn.
You would not have taken that damage then. It would not have been able to reach you. So I'm going to negate that claw attack that it made.
Okay. I didn't even hear what you said, so I didn't write it down. So.
It was a 33 to hit, so
Oh, a 33 to hit. Yeah. That would have
so
clobbered me.
negate that. It will not take that attack against you at the end of your turn here. It brings us to
Okay.
Natara.
shit. It comes
Oh.
around. Not one.
It's a 5 total. Wow.
I
So
don't think that makes a difference. You, Natara, are restrained. You feel yourself begin to stiffen. And you kind of notice that around you, you are very perceptive. The way that you are having difficulty moving, you can tell that Lorhannon and even from behind you, Lydian, they're also having the same kind of difficulty you're having as you look into the eye of this creature. What would you like to do?
So I have lesser restoration, which can end if the creature's paralyzed. Can I is that different? So I can't.
That is a
use
different
that?
condition. Does it affect
Okay.
restrained?
No. I should know if paralyzed included restrained or something like that. It would apply technically. I don't know what I can do then.
You can attack them. It's a disadvantage. Get a plus. It's unbreakable.
Is it?
The light skill trident's unbreakable.
It's a legendary weapon.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, you're safe.
It's a plus 11. It's still worth it.
Especially when you roll 2 crits.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't want to just roll
No,
one,
yeah.
so I don't want to break
No, I understand.
my
Totally good.
the
Yeah.
best weapon I have. Okay. That is a 16 to hit.
Where do you see your roll to hit? Oh, is that what that is? Oh, I see. Okay. 16 will miss.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
it's a good thing I checked.
Yeah,
Excuse me?
we just clarified that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I do nothing.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you now being restrained and Goma not having used that other legendary action, will make a claw attack against you, Natara.
I'm
At
gonna
advantage.
use me for grace.
well, he's got to hit first. He's got to kill you first.
It's a flat roll because LG can. Oh no, LG already imposed. Yeah,
LG used his reaction to do that.
not his
already.
turn yet.
Unfortunately, that is a crit at advantage.
I don't have a reaction.
Use the regards.
No, he used this.
It's on his turn though. When you get it back?
It resets at the start of my turn. So.
Did you already use it since your turn? 'Cause you did just have a turn.
On his turn.
I was. He failed on his, or he succeeded on his mirror check, and then I silvery barbs that turn, so I don't get it back until the start of my turn.
Okay. Natara, that is 63 points of slashing damage.
I guess I'm gonna need this grace so I don't go down and get 2 lingering injuries.
That would be awesome.
But yes, that is a critical hit against you.
Alright, what do I roll?
2d12.
2d12, my fun little modified lingering injury table.
16.
Gosh, I hope that's broken leg, because that's so funny if you guys just keep rolling. If
Yeah,
everybody
that'd be
keeps
very
rolling.
funny. Jerry. That'd be hilarious.
is
16 is a punctured lung. Natara, you can take either an action or a bonus action on your turn, but not both. This injury will heal if you receive magical healing of 3rd level or higher. But if you do puncture a second lung, your second lung, you will drop to 0 hit points and immediately begin to die.
Well, she has gills and lungs, so she could just breathe water. Technically,
That's not how that works. That's not how that
What do you mean
works.
that's not how that works? She's a fucking fish. She can breathe water.
She's not in water right now. She's breathing air right now.
Don't amphibians
Very
have gills
dry
and
air. Very dry, cold mountain air.
Yes.
If you're dying from 2 punctured lungs, heal me and put me in water. Dang, we got that bag of water about now.
Man, that bag of water will come in handy.
Yeah, LG is not immune to this effect. Even with Inari's bonus, that is still a failure. Interesting. At the start of LG's turn, they too begin to stiffen. No restraint.
Is it? It's not specific to, say, corporeal forms.
I don't believe it has that. It's a creature. LG is a creature.
A creature made of flesh or a creature?
A creature that Goma can see.
Okay, gotcha.
What does that mean LG can do? LG just has disadvantage on these attacks?
Yep.
Okay. 12 will miss.
So
20 will hit. 11 force damage from LG. Helping the cause. Goma's not looking great though, guys. Compared to where they were at the start of this thing, it's not far off. However, that is Goma's turn now. I'd say that having just gone, one attack will be against LG. The other probably against Lorhannon. Going to refocus that effort. LG first, the claw, which will definitely hit. LG takes 38 slashing. Is still up. LG's okay. Against Lorhannon, that is a 28 to hit.
I think that is what I need on. I think copy 2 is an 11.
I think it's an 11. Yeah. I think it's 6 and 11.
yes.
I think you're good.
Okay. Takes out another
It's,
copy.
it's 6, 8, and 11 is what it is. So that hits a copy.
Hits
A
copy? Okay, good.
Hits a copy. Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that'll miss you. Lorhannon. Let me double check this. Because you are now at the end of this turn, I will need you to remake the con saving throw. You do not need to make it at the start here. You're already subjected to the effect.
I don't make it at the start of my turn.
So you can take your turn, but you need to make it
okay.
again at the end.
You have advantage on the
Now,
next.
here's an interesting question. I have advantage on my next roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could make a straight attack. If I hit, I do get sneak attack. So
But you could also
it
just
lays
double
down
up
a
on your
decent amount of
con.
damage. Or I could do some other stuff and use advantage on the con save.
Ooh.
This is a tough question.
This is a box of doom roll if I've ever seen one.
What you doing?
I'm going to.
Are we charmed?
No,
This is
I
not
don't
a
think
charmed
so.
effect.
Okay. Just wondering.
Let's see.
This is something I've always wanted
Punctured.
to do. That's all it is.
I'm going to. Use my. Yeah, I'm gonna use my action to cast Aura Vitality. Use my bonus action to give the healing to Natara, heal her punctured lung.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Natari, with that magical healing, your punctured lung is cured. It does not require a long rest to heal.
Yep,
Thank Christ.
or AP back.
The more important thing here.
Because that gives her Planar Warrior or some other bonus action. But crucially, it lets me use my turn fully and still have advantage on
Okay.
this.
Please make that
saving.
Constitution saving throw with advantage. And I believe you're also still in Anari's aura because it's 10 foot.
I am still
Yeah.
in, and
Oh,
23, my Constitution saving throw.
You feel yourself break free of this restrictive effect that had overtaken you for the past few moments. You are no longer under that condition. You are no longer restrained. You are you are cleared of that.
That's really good.
I think Roma is going to take another legendary action. Yeah, they had their turn. Gonna take it, focus on Inari, because it kind of at this point feels like it's gotten a lot of the other people affected. Going to make a claw attack against Inari this time, the big hitter thus far. I wish that was with advantage, but it is just a 28.
Oh dang, just a 28.
The other one.
Shucks.
My revenge for all the crits. Unfortunate. So that'll be
Alright, yeah,
27 points of slashing damage.
69 minus 27, I think that's 42. No, 32.
Keela.
59, 27 is 42.
Yeah, it is 42. I did the math again on a calculator and I was like, shit, man, I really.
Like all of the math on the calculator.
Yeah.
The 10s.
That is a 20 on my con save.
That succeeds. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna throw a firebolt at it.
Okay.
It's a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Wow. 5 fire damage. And 2 force damage.
Ooh.
Keela, even though your fire doesn't seem to be like as much as you were expecting to, perhaps it's the cold environment around you, Goma does have more of a reaction to that than it has to anything else that you guys have encountered. But I will take all of that damage off. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
Okay. At the end of your turn, going to make another attack against Inari.
Yep.
It's a 31 to hit.
Yeah.
31 points of slashing damage.
Alright, I have 11 HP left, gang, so
Good.
we
Yeah,
gotta,
you're killing.
we
just
gotta
have to
murk
kill
this
him.
guy.
We just have to kill
And
him.
I'm gonna use
You're not.
all my hit dice on this
I
short
guess you
rest.
have to make a con save right now, though. So
Yes, please, con save.
Yeah.
The only hit point that matters is your last hit point.
Yep.
right,
Ooh.
golden rule.
I wanna deadline.
You're
Alright,
good.
that's 20.
Problem.
Succeeds.
23.
Yeah,
Is it-
Anari's gonna look him. Oh yeah, it's a 23. I was,
No, it's
well,
not.
It's
It's a
a
20.
I added,
Oh,
I
It is
added the
not
20 to my, yeah. I built that in. Alright. She's gonna look him in the eye, and we are gonna hit this. Okay, 31.
Returning the 31 with a 31, that hits.
Yep. That's 17
You've max
slashing.
rolled every roll, I feel like.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she hates this guy. And you know what? How's he looking, Jenna?
Not great.
Not great.
50 plus guards in the base, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I just, I wanna divine smite him so bad.
no, be fine. It'll be fine. As long as I can take an
Self-control.
action.
Self-control. I will not do
As
that.
long as I can take an action on my turn, I'm good.
All right, we're
Oh,
gonna hit him
yeah.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fucking crit.
1 in 400, baby.
We're beyond 1 in
God.
400 at this point. We are so beyond that. You guys
We're 1
have
in a
crit
million,
a
baby.
ridiculous
No.
amount of times in
To
this
the
combat.
moon.
Well, dice rolls are relativistic, so it's always just 1 in 20 every time.
Absolutely,
This is the
but like
universe.
just the concentration of hitting the same number on the die this many times
Their max
over the
roll.
course
She
of
max
this
rolled
many
again.
Max roll
rolls.
again.
What the fuck?
I'm
Inari.
I will divine smite at first. Well, oh wait, is he just croaking?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was
You have
like,
a
do I
favorite
waste?
word, don't you?
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite. I'm gonna do. I don't know why I'm gonna.
She's becoming
I'm gonna
delusional. It's near 11 o'clock.
I mean, all right. So I'm divine smiting, and then I'm lightning charging. Why the fuck not? You know,
Okay.
just I earned it back. So, yeah.
Inari, as you raise your blade to this absolutely unusual creature, filled with divine and electric energies. When you bring it down upon it, it lets out cry that you guys almost aren't expecting, and it just kind of, it's like this metallic squeal, and it's just unusual, not at all the sound you expected a creature like this to make, as Inari brings it down on that second attack there. Um, However, we are not totally out of initiative yet, even though the enemy is gone, because this effect, you guys are still subjected to it. Though the eye no longer is alive, you still have to overcome the effect that you're already subjected to. Those of you that are still restrained. Inari, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Who's? I mean, I can't really do anything to help anyone who's affected.
can
From what
move.
I know. Oh, true. All right. Who needs a little help?
You can get
It's-
all
I
of
gotta.
It's
I
it's
gotta zoom out. 'Cause I'm on my
LG
MacBook.
It's LG, Natara, and Lydian.
It is the
Red
three red
tokens.
dots.
Alright.
On my
Yeah.
saving
So I'm
throw,
gonna get
Yeah.
right here.
but
Should
yeah.
get everyone.
So-
All right.
Lydian, you have a turn, and then you must remake this Constitution saving throw. What would you like to do?
Bardic only lasts like 10 minutes, so I don't think it's worth doling out. And there's no other
Give it-
enemies here, right?
Give it to someone. You were short resting.
Oh, well, sure, yeah. I'll give it
Use it for the
to
save.
I'll give it to Natara then. Because we're short resting. So I will give Bardic Inspiration to Natara, pretty much end my turn, and then I'll make the con save. That's only a 14 with Inari Zora.
Lydian, you feel this effect continue to spread in your body. You dole out in like this bardic inspiration to Natara, seeing she is also stiff, and Inari has come to help you with her divine aura that she has, but it is just not enough. You feel yourself freeze up more and more. The rest of you watch as Lydian turns to stone.
What?
Lydian, you are petrified.
Time to
I'm doing a
Google.
little googling.
We're not
There's
going.
one.
We can't. All right. Fuck's sake.
Natara, what would you like to do?
Is there anything I can do to help you then?
You have your turn before you must make this con save again.
No, okay. I don't really know what to do on this turn. Do I challenge myself?
I think you can probably just end your turn.
Yeah, can I just like make
Yeah,
the save?
you don't have to take an action. Yeah, you can end your turn and make the save.
So I do, because I'm Zora, have advantage on escape attempts against grapples and restraints. So does that apply here?
Interesting. I would say with the way it's written and with your ability, go ahead and make it with advantage, yeah.
That is a 12 plus 3, and because I have the bardic, I have to roll it just in case. It's a d10.
Yep.
Alright, so that is a 21.
Natara, your Zora makeup and with the aid of the people around you, you're able to shake this effect off of you. You are no longer restrained, and you are not subjected to the same fate that Lydian has been. LG, not really have anything in the way of actions that LG can do, though LG does receive the bonus from Inari. LG2 is able to break free of the restrained effect and whatever were to happen to LG after, which is especially good because LG has this Sheikah slate inside of them. And so we will end the initiative turn order here. And you guys are left here in this valley, icy and snowy, cold, giant creature, dead, that has just turned Lydian into a Lydian statue.
Like, we don't have anything for this, gang.
No.
Like, we've got.
Can I begin tearing apart Goma? Trying to pick apart anything that we can get out of it?
Sure. What are you doing specifically?
Taking it apart, trying to see how I can figure out how this petrification thing works.
Yeah. I'd say you take some like a weapon or something and try and like pry open this like metallic exterior shell that it kind of has. It's kind of weird. It is like a metal, but when you go and pry it, there is like muscle tissue underneath that is holding it together. And you find that this is a creature of sorts that is not just man-made. This was some kind of living creature that has some kind of infusion to it. Go ahead and give me, I guess I'll say nature, I think, to try and understand the creature.
Say 21.
Excellent. Yeah, this creature, I don't even know where to begin, like what you can really glean from it. You're just trying to figure out like the origin of this ability, or can you be a little bit more specific of what you're looking for? Because a 21 is a very good roll.
We need to fix it, so I'm trying to figure out what the cause is. And I figure if I can figure out the cause, I can figure out the cure.
It is an innate ability that this creature has. It seems that perhaps at some time or another, it underwent enhancements or was modified in some way, but this is a creature that is a different category compared to other things you've fought. It almost reminds you of the way that the Blight Ganons have this sort of organic and inorganic nature to them. Whatever this ability that it used on your allies and that has consumed Lydian is, it was innate to it, enhanced by whatever this Yiga modification is.
Any monster parts we can grab from it?
I guess. Go ahead, give me an investigation check.
32.
Holy shit. Let me see what the other things are like. Monster parts, monster parts. Yeah, I'd say with a 32, you are able to source all 6 of its like the talon like claw tip of its legs as like an item that can be used for things, and additionally a unit of its guts. And as you all kind of stand in somewhat disbelief here in this valley, Aquila tearing through, trying to understand how and why this creature was able to do this to your friend, that's where we'll leave off. Until next time.
So, like, we're fucked because we have to pretty much just carry Lydian around I mean, like, we're fucking that, like, Lydian's fucked, so, like, it's like...
I can chill. Like, I'm
No, but, like, I'm trying to think through of, like, if we don't have access to any of the things to help him, like, this is going to sound like an insane suggestion, but, like, if we kill Lydian and then revive him, would he be revived
No,
as...
it doesn't work because we shatter the statue, and then when you bring him back, it doesn't
I
regenerate
have to
you.
read it.
It would have
Yeah,
to be
I had to read it fully. I was
resurrection or
just
something.
curious.
So for the sake
Holy
of like
shit.
while we're still on the stream and everything, I can read through the like full nature of petrified. A petrified creature is transformed along with any non-magical object it is wearing or carrying into a solid inanimate substance, usually stone. Its weight increases by a factor of 10 and it ceases aging. The creature is incapacitated, can't move or speak, and is unaware of its surroundings. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. The creature has resistance to all damage, and the creature is immune to poison and disease, although a poison or disease already in the system is suspended, not neutralized.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anyone that has access to any of these spells. Like, we could take him to a great fairy, but he's
Miss Fosia
like-
as well has greater
Yeah.
restoration.
true.
So we're gonna.
I guess we're just saying fuck it to the... So this was
We're
kind
just
of...
letting them summon the demon, basically.
Yeah, I guess we're doing that.
I think we're perhaps shifting gears into infiltration.
There's no way that's gonna happen with our
I
with
think
our
you
full
guys should
caster
do it.
gone.
Coming from somebody who is currently
Yeah.
stoned. I think
You're
you guys
asking
can
us to
do it.
double down and double down to a TPK instead.
It's what Lydian would do. He would send. He would. go
Then
in
that's a
and-
stupid idea that Lydian would do.
And Nari wouldn't do that. Like, and Nari literally has an oath to protect you. Like, I mean, this is kind of...
Also,
King, I'm
just
sorry
so we-
I failed both the saves. That's on me.
Just so we
No.
don't lose track of it, I'm gonna dole out the other 9 rounds of the aura. I assume we get a minute of peace and quiet around here.
It is very quiet around here, especially now that the bard can't
Alright.
talk.
All right.
Turn me to stone and then insult me. Why don't you?
First, so it's going to be 3 rounds worth to me, 3 rounds worth to Natara, 3 rounds worth to Inari. So this first batch will be for me. The second batch for Natara. And the third batch for Inari.
Thank you.
Essentially, everyone gets.
Consistency. Alright.